What's up? What's up? What's up? We are back in full effect. And welcome to the podcast where we think we know everything, but we really don't know shit. But we do know we have a great podcast lined up today. I'm finally back from the whack ass 1985 computer that I had last week when we had Alex Brown on. Shout out to Alex. Yeah, but that was terrible. So I couldn't really participate and talk to Alex and get involved in the conversation like I wanted to. But I'm back, and we have a superstar coming on tonight. Um, Before I get into that, so we're also gonna have a little Hawk talk. We had a big trade today. I know a lot of people are fucked up over it. I know Frank is mad, but he's gonna have that Hawk talk for us. Um, and we're gonna have a little Black History tidbit. It is the last day of Black History Month. I put month in air quotes because it's the shortest fucking month of the year. So they said, "Fuck it, let them have that short shit. Let them have the February 28th. Well, not just that one day, but the 28 days of the month. Oh, I forgot. Sometimes we do get 29. Yeah, Black History is every day, all year. Everybody's history. Black history, white history, Indian history. We're just a fucking hodgepodge of everything. So we talk about everybody's history. All right. But Black history is important as well. So we will talk about that for 1 second. Because we do have a little bit of Black history tonight. Uh, Also, our guest, um, he's going to talk a little bit about his career and his times against the Chicago Bears. I say against because he's a former defensive tackle for the Minnesota Vikings. Actually, before he played for the Vikings, he played like a second with the Miami Dolphins. So we will talk to him, talk about his experiences and his stories, especially against the Bears. And we'll also get uh, his thoughts on the current Bears in their situation. I am talking about former defensive tackle for the Vikings, Fred Evans. And also, I did want to say real quick, shout out to Wendell Davis. I wasn't able to say it before, but shout out to him for coming to Harrow's and he winged it up with us, man. He had a good time. Shout out to you, Wendell. But anyway, so we're going to get on with this show, so let's go.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up and coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
All right, I'm going to bring myself in because I don't know what the hell happened to T-Nick. He just completely dropped off. So I'll make the introductions to bring it in. How's it going, everybody? Yes, I'm the one who is going to eventually bring up Hawk Talk. Those motherfuckers are. We're gonna leave it at that right now because I probably will go straight foul mouth up on here when it starts. So let me bring in my crew, the stat man who knows every stat. I'm gonna teach him a little bit about hockey stats now. So let me bring in JB.
What up, Frank?
What up? I don't know what happened to T-Nick. He just completely dropped off the screen. Man,
Yeah.
He got his new computer. He talked his shit, and bam. His computer went down.
You had to do an update.
He might have forgot the update, man. Thought he made an update from the 80s computer to the new one, but that didn't happen, man. How's it going with you?
Man, it was it's going all right, man. I just watching sports earlier today, and looks like we're not gonna get Deron Payne. That kind of
I saw when they released Wentz. Basically, they released him just to franchise him. Who knows? They might do I was talking to someone about this, and they said, I don't think they'll ever do that. But what's to stop them from franchising him? Payne still says he doesn't want to be there, and then they just trade him.
Well, there's two type of franchise tags. It's the one where it's a non-exclusive and an exclusive.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah, and then the one, I think it's 2 first-round draft picks worth compensation.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And the team is allowed to match the offer or whatever, what have you. And if they don't match it, they get compensation. But at this point, he's probably out the window unless you get another stopgap. I'm gonna say we're gonna trade down twice and go get Jalen Carter and a bunch of picks for next year. So.
Still not a fan of Jalen. I was with Alex Brown up on that one. I'm not a huge fan. Hope I'm wrong, but I'm not a huge one. Let me bring in the other one. He's got the foulest mouth in the city. I'm gonna see if he's gonna take me on today because I'm not happy. So let's bring him in. Foul mouth C.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Nothing much, chilling, man. How y'all doing tonight?
Who's your friend?
This is my homie Grogu. Came in.
I know what you're watching tomorrow.
Yeah, this is our special guest for the night. Well, one of them.
Right. I definitely know
under the weather. I've been sitting up here drinking some vitamin C. Got a little head cold, but I'm doing
with a little vodka in it.
Shit. All those out there, I've never had a drink. I've
Good
never
for
had
you,
a smoke
man.
before.
Good for you.
And you're still foul as
right? I can't even imagine what your mouth would be if you had that shit in you.
Shit, me either. That makes 2 of us. Yeah. I see you about to go ballistic about these damn Blackhawks. And then, by the way, Tan's computer still fucked up. He talking about that 1985.
I think he just messed. He sent me a message and said his computer died. So he must have
I'm about to say
so he's getting his charger. He'll be back on. There he is, coming on right now.
There you go.
Just come in. You already screwed up one.
Right,
just
I
come
already
in.
fucked it up.
Yeah, you make me bring you in. Bring yourself in. There you go.
There he is. The point guard and quarterback, T-Nick.
Man, let me tell you, this fucking computer just kicked me all the way the fuck out. It was like, yeah, you back, huh? You back, huh? I got a trick for you. So it just kicked me all the way the fuck out. But I am back, and our guest is not here yet. At least I don't see him here. So
No, he's not here yet.
nah. Melissa May. What's up, Melissa May? Big Ant Stewart. What's happening, man?
And Stewart, not a drink in his life either, man. Good for you. I can't say the same.
Easy does it. What's up, Easy?
And there's
Hey,
the mom.
What's up, Mom? How you doing? Well, yeah, this is gonna be a good podcast tonight because we got a lot to talk about, man. And I can't wait to hear this Hawk talk. I can't wait to hear it, but I know a lot of people are sad because Patrick Kane is one of the biggest names ever.
He probably is the biggest, at least in the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah. And for him to go,
16 years, man.
That's for a lot of people. But
that's the news. He got traded.
That's the news.
That's where I'm going with the Hawk Talk. He was just traded like an hour or so ago.
Oh well, let's save that then, because
we're gonna save that Hawk Talk because
that's where my rant's getting ready to come up. But I'm gonna hold my shit in check until we get to that. So
hold it in check, man.
I'm gonna hold
what you say, Frank? You gonna learn me some? You gonna learn today?
Yeah. Oh man.
So our guest just arrived, and there's so much to say about him. First of all, this is my man, 50 Grand. All I got to do is call him, and he's there. Like Harold's the other day. He had somewhere else to go.
He was the first one there.
And he made sure he showed up because I called him. Whenever we have an event and I call him, I bet. And he's there. You know, that's my guy, man. But so he comes from a family of athletes. It's almost like it's a prerequisite. You got to be cold as hell in whatever sport you're playing in order to be in his family, because everybody's cold as hell in his family. So let's start with his sister, Asia. I believe her name's Asia. But yeah, Asia is an Olympic bobsledder. So she did that in the Olympics. And she's like an all-American shot putter.
Nice.
So that's one. Then two, his uncle, Gary Matthews. Do I even need to say what he does? He's a former baseball player. Right.
Damn good baseball player.
And then, of course, his cousin,
Gary
Matthews Jr. was also a baseball player. But most importantly, and that I wanted to place emphasis on tonight, was his father, who was also Fred Evans. He was the first Black national collegiate champion swimmer.
Nice. Swimmer, nice.
So that was the Black history tidbit that I wanted to share tonight. But yeah, so I mean, he comes from a family of athletes, man, but he's a former defensive tackle for the Minnesota Vikings. He is a big dude. I don't even like to take pictures with him because I look like an elf next to him.
Dude, I sat next to him at Harold's, man. I felt like I was a freaking.
And his hands, Jesus Christ, he could palm my whole face with his hand. But yeah, let's bring him in, man. Big Fred Evans.
What's going on? What's going on with you guys? How y'all doing?
What's happening, Fred?
Yeah, how y'all doing?
All good, man. Glad to have you on here finally.
I know.
Finally.
That's my bad, big dog.
No, it's all good, man. All good. As long as you here, man. That's been the history with us. As long as you here, all I do is call. You be like, all right, I'm there. So appreciate
you, my man now. So you know how that go.
Appreciate you, man.
How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
So you come from everybody in your family does something. They all do something and they call that. So
well, you know, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I would be remiss not to talk about my sister Rachel. She does social media and stuff like that. So she's really good at what she does as well, though.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so she ran all my stuff for my camps and everything. Oh. So yeah, we all trying to make it out here.
Right. Now
we all.
Asia, am I saying her name right? Asia?
Yeah, Asia.
Okay.
You said it right.
Yeah, and she's like an Olympic bobsledder.
Yeah, well, you know, she started off running track, and then things just evolved. Really, it's like most people think it's I don't want to say I don't want to say people don't grow up doing the bobsled, but it's more of a combine kind of thing. So once she finished with her track season, she was able to just kind of fall into it because she was training everybody. So that was just a smooth little transition. Okay. But I had a great time over there in Russia, though. It was a great time.
Oh, wow. Russia. You went to Russia?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Were you like one of the only Black people there, you and your sister?
Well, we We were deep a little bit actually,
Really?
because the rest of majority of the other athletes competing for America, for USA, for the bobsled were African American as well.
Okay.
But we were down there. I had my mom, my sister, and my 3 aunts. So we had a nice little crew over there.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Well, that's all good. That's all good, man. So you are from Chicago, and you
Born
played.
and raised, yeah.
You played both ways for the Morgan Park Mustang.
Yeah. Yep. Morgan Park. Shout out to my head coach, rest in peace, Lexi Spurlock. But yeah, I come from the Mustangs.
So you play offensive line and defensive line?
Well, I mean, it was a little bit of where I came late, so I didn't really play till my senior. I honestly didn't play till my senior year because I was in the pool. But Coach Spurlock and the rest of the coaching staff, Coach Hicks and Coach Jones, allowed me to come out there and have a little fun. So my best friend is Corey Mays. He was going to Notre Dame, so I just kind of hopped in with those guys and kept it going.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah. So you close with Corey, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my boy.
Sometimes. Nah, that's my brother though.
Yeah, we grew up on the same block, so.
Oh yeah, I was over there.
Yeah.
You know, I was over there.
Yeah.
It's January and everything. Shoot, me and Corey, I'd be over there 2-3 times a month, if not more.
Yeah.
Especially when the summer hit.
Yeah. So.
We had Corey on. When was that like? Right after the last Super Bowl?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
It's coming. It should be coming up on a year, if not right at a year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I just got to see him down there in Dallas.
Oh,
my
really?
son had a football tournament down there, so I got to go down there and check him out.
Okay. All right.
Well, talk a little bit, Fred, about your career, because we know, those of us that know, you didn't just start right off. You went to COD, then you went to Texas Southern. Tell us about your experience with that.
Well, I mean, I
and being drafted coming out of Texas Southern, which was dope.
Texas State.
Texas State.
Texas State. I better put some respect on my school now.
We get
Texas Southern. We get Texas Southern, the Armadillos. Remember that movie?
Yeah, great movie, man.
No, that's not us. No, we're not doing that.
With Sinbad.
But yeah, coming out of high school, I mean, shoot, Corey was the man, so it wasn't for pretty much every big name coach around that time you could think of came through Morgan Park. Not just to see Corey, but we had Jerron coming up next, Cambion Buckner. It was just a bunch of guys that were, you know what I mean, highly touted football players. So I just kind of fit right in. And then I walked on. I was a preferred walk-on at U of I. And I left there, went to junior college. Didn't have a clue what that was about. And then from community college, I was able to do good enough. So I got a scholarship to Texas State. You know, so, and the rest of that's kind of just history. I mean, I was there for 2 years and I did everything I could. You know, I mean, I don't think I could have did more than what I did there. And I was fortunate enough to get drafted by Nick,
right,
to the Miami Dolphins. I was part of his second class in the NFL with Jason Allen and Devin Aromashadu, who's another one of my close friends. You remember Devin played for the Bears? Well, he played with me in Minnesota, but he played for the Bears. He torched us up a little bit when he was talk about bittersweet.
We actually just had Devin on, man.
Yeah, we did.
A month ago, something like that.
Yeah, that's my bro. That's my brother. We got drafted together in Miami.
Okay.
So we've been tight. We've been, you know, as time flies, you realize you're getting older. But we've been close by best friends for about 15, 16 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
nice.
so.
Wow,
it was
man.
It was a little bittersweet with him playing for the Bears, though.
So talk a little bit about your time in Miami.
Well, I mean, I was down there. It was a culture shock for me, but I was down there for a good year and a half. And then I ended up going to Minnesota, but I had a great time down there. You know what I mean? It was the freedom of everything was a little different, but you know, I made it out of there in one piece.
Uh-oh.
He belongs to Miami now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, no.
So what did you figure? What was such a big shock to you? What was the big difference between from Miami to Texas, or I should say from Chicago to Texas to Miami? What was some of the differences?
The weather was beautiful. It was like that was my first time being in Florida heat though.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hot, but it was a different type of heat because I was coming from Texas, so it wasn't like I wasn't used to the hot, to the heat. But it was a different type of a muggy kind of heat down there that just stick with you. So, but once you get out there and practice, we didn't realize half the teammates had tattoos till like December because it was so dark. Or one of my teammates had his whole back tatted. I was like, David, you got tattoos? But yeah, just the weather, the culture, the food's amazing down there. You know what I mean? It's everything's fresh. Everybody's cooking with fresh ingredients and whatnot. Nothing's, so I had a great time.
Okay. And then how is it going from Miami heat to good old freezing coast Minnesota? At least you guys had the dome though, at least. So
yeah, we had the dome. And Minnesota, first of all, Minnesota is a beautiful city. It is absolutely gorgeous if you catch it around like April, May to like, we'll say November. To me, it's one of the most beautiful, underrated cities in America, actually. But we did have those days where it was cold out there now, and you'd wake up and it'd be dark outside, and by the time you left the facility, if you didn't go up for lunch or you just ate your lunch in the locker room or whatever you were doing, just go about your routine, you might mess around and not see the sun that day.
Yeah.
So it was a little different though, I did my fair share of ice fishing. I tried to do some ice fishing once or twice, got around to that. Yeah. The snowmobile thing. I experienced it a little bit. Huh?
Did you catch anything?
No.
Cold.
Okay, there it is.
I was ready to go. That's what I caught.
You said that Minnesota's underrated, as far as
is beautiful.
Beauty of the city. But I know one thing that's also underrated about Minnesota. The women. The women there are beautiful in Minnesota.
You got to think you have a lot of different cultures.
Yeah.
Up there. People don't understand like the Eritrean, Ethiopian, the African culture up there is way more prevalent than most people would assume or think, though.
Yeah, people don't know that. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I sit up there and I said it's the women, because I've been up there like once, maybe twice, but I've gone and met so many different people from there. When I talk to, especially a lot of fellas, when I talk to the fellas and they tell me, they said, man, low key, Minnesota is. People don't think, but Minnesota
a lot of Chicago people move up there.
Yeah, move up there. Yeah,
St. Paul,
I got family up there. Yeah,
they be all the way over in St. Paul, Eden Prairie. That's what
taxes are a little lighter out there, I think.
Yeah.
You said what?
Taxes are a little lighter out there, I believe, though.
Oh yeah. I had a great time in Texas, though.
Tell us about the transition from the AFC to the NFC. Because at that time, there was some monsters in the AFC. But there
was. It really was. I mean, and I'm not saying this because I'm from Chicago or I'm biased towards the NFC North. I'm not biased, I promise you. But out of all the conferences, can't nobody really rock with the NFC North because it's just the tradition behind it. It's like you almost feel like you're playing a high school game, but on a way bigger stage than what it really is. Then the AFC, my rookie year, I was in the AFC. Who we had? That's when LaDainian Tomlinson was kicking. He was running. LaDainian was running. Peyton was, oh my gosh. Tom was Tom was balling. Yeah, Tom was balling around that time too. But the style of football was just different. And those 3-4 linebackers, they ain't no little dudes now. Aurelius Thomas, all those guys with the Patriots, those dudes were about 6'7", about 260, 275.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And see, my rookie year, my D line, everybody except for me and Rod Wright. Shout out to my boy, my brother Rod Wright, and Kevin Vickerson. Vic was a year older than me, so we were all babies. But the average age of our defensive line was like 36, 37. It was crazy. We had Jason Taylor, obviously, Vonnie Holiday. Shout out to big bro Vonnie. Kevin Carter, Keith Traylor.
Yeah.
Detroit. We had Keith Traylor. I'm gonna throw another name for you. Big Daddy Dan Wilkerson.
Oh, Big Daddy from Cincinnati. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ohio State. He was with us for a while. Jeff Scanina. We had some old. So like for me, you know, in sports it transitions, it evolves, it changes every a couple of years. But I was at the end of like the old school guys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No social media, no email. They don't do nothing. They barely have flip phones. You know, those guys, they be in and out. And then I came to the NFC North, and my coach Dunbar kept it real with me because I came into a full-fledged D-line room. It wasn't like we were up and coming because Pat Williams and Kevin was the Williams wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Spencer Johnson. Then Jared came and joined us. Shout out to KU, Connect You Daisy, Erasmus James. We had a pretty good, solid group. We had a solid group. But you just take pride in the NFC North. And, you know, even when I was in Texas training in Houston, that's how me and Tommy got close. Okay. When I was training for the draft, we kind of just, and then we just picked up like we never left off when I came back to Chicago. So, like, in the off season, we'd all be at EFT training. Me, him, Mark Anderson, all those guys.
Okay.
So yeah, but the NFC North, the passion behind the fans, man, is what really separates things. Now I get it, the AFC Patriots fans. My son lives between here and Boston, so I deal with that. The Patriots fans are diehard fans, Jets fans, but it's just something about the NFC North with the Packers, the Bears, the Lions, and the Vikings. It just, the rivalry is a little deeper. Especially when you get to like the old school, Alan Page.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
No, I said those are true rivalries.
Yeah, they real like it's personal. I tell you that much. It gets a little, you feel it, and then you know conference games count as 2 anyway. So it's like you really want to get it. You really want to get out of I say you want to leave Lambeau or Soldier Field with a W if you can. By all means, you want to get one on the road. But Detroit's a hell of a place to play too. When we were in Minnesota, the dome collapsed one year,
right?
Because of the snow.
Mm-hmm. I remember watching that live, man. Huh? They literally had a live broadcast of that thing collapsing.
So me and one of my best mates, Brian Robinson, shout out to B-Rob. Now we could have not been roommates at this time. We were further along in our careers, but it's like a little tradition thing. And so I wake up early. He's more of us. He'll sleep in a little bit. I wake up early. In our room, we had the same room, 906. So our room faces the dome, like literally. And so I pulled the curtains back, and I just was looking. Now I hadn't turned the TV on. It wasn't no no social media. You know what I'm saying? You just had to. I just looked out the window, and I was like, B-Rob. I was like, am I tripping? Or is there no dome? Is there no dome over there? It was just gone. I was like, guess we ain't playing today.
Guess not.
Yeah, I guess this game's canceled. But we got to play. We ended up playing in Detroit the next 3 weeks.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. We played the Giants. We played the Lions twice and the Giants, I think, once. We played the Lions and Giants. We went back to back to back. And then we had to play at the Gopher Stadium.
Gophers, yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota's.
But the crazy part about that was, so, you know, for outdoor stadiums, when it's cold like that, they shut it down. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like the pipes were froze. It wasn't field ready to just go out there and have a game. Like we we had this. First of all, everybody hates the stud cleats because your feet get caught in the turf or the grass sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like we had to take our cleats just to chop up the ice on the field.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was like, you didn't want to fall that game. That's when even though Big Woo was my teammate later in life, but that's when Woo slammed Brett that game.
Brett, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that hurt.
Oh,
that one
was
hurt.
actually, since you just kind of segued into my next question is how did you guys feel when you found out Brett Favre was coming to your guys' team?
And
be honest, did you enjoy playing? No, I'm saying, did you enjoy playing? Because a lot of people said they didn't.
Yeah,
a lot of people that we've talked to said they didn't.
From my experience, he was a class act teammate to me. I didn't have any issues with him. He was a great guy, great teammate. But I will say this though, you sometimes you don't get shocked by no means because we all on the same field first and foremost. So it ain't like just looking at up in the air like oh shit, is this what we gonna do? You know what I mean? No, it's not like that. But it is a more sense of urgency.
Mm-hmm.
When he came in and threw that first pass, everybody was like, "Oh, let's get our shit together now." We had, you can't cry over spilled milk, but we had a great team, man. We had one of the best teams in football within those 2 years. But it's one game. That's the one thing I love and hate about football. It's a one-game series, and things happen. You just got to take it with the wins, with the losses. You can't really trip on it. But he's a great teammate. Talk to everybody. I never had any issues with him. Signed, got us all some what were those things? What those pants called? Those what was this? The Dockers.
Dockers.
We all got autographed. We all got Dockers. He ordered a bunch of Dockers, and we all got him autographed. He's a good guy, but he's a hell of a football player. I would say that.
Yeah. I'm sure, and that was one of the questions on that. Did you enjoy playing with him or playing against him? Because I'm sure you probably.
I enjoyed playing with him.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody really wanted to play that much against him.
Huh?
I'm sure not too many people wanted to play that much against him.
Yeah, no, they didn't. Shoot, he was running through. He was running the NFC North for a minute.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
for a while. So it's like we knew he was coming, but when he actually came in practice and threw that first pass, that's when things kind of changed a little bit. But it sometimes doesn't end the way you think it's going to end, and like guys like Tom Brady got people fooled. It is not that easy to just consistently, and Patrick Mahomes too. It is not that easy. It is not that easy to go to the Super Bowl. It's a lot of people that have never even been past the first round and have Hall of Fame careers.
Yeah.
10-year All-Pro, first team All-Pro, never been to the playoffs or never even really had a real chance to make some real noise deep in the playoffs. So when you get those opportunities, you kind of really got to sit down and make it manifest into something while you got the chance. Because this Tom Brady shit that's not the real world of football. You don't just go every year and then just consistently be there. So I tip my hat off to those guys, man. They hell of athletes and hell of quarterbacks to be able to lead their teams deep into the playoffs season after season after season. I think what Patrick Mahomes is doing is, now I don't want to say it's being swept under the rug, but I don't think it's really like people really understand the magnitude of what he's doing straight out the gate. Well, I don't want to say straight out the gate because he sat for a year, right?
Yeah,
we can call it straight out the gate because when he got the keys to the car, he took off. So.
Yeah, he took off, but he sat for a year though, right? He sat
behind Alex Smith.
Yeah, he sat behind Alex for a little bit, but he learned. But that Texas Tech, man, and shout out to Eric Bieniemy, who's one of my favorite people in the world.
I was about to say he was on y'all coaching staff.
My main man, huh?
He was on y'all coaching staff.
Yeah, that was Adrian's coach.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people didn't know that.
No, yeah. Adrian will tell you. EB's the man. He was, yeah. So I'm happy for him and his success, you know what I mean? But those guys are making things that are uncommon look common to the untrained eye. So then people's assumption is that, this shit is supposed to be like it all the time. No, it don't work like that. those dudes are playing at an extremely high level.
Absolutely. Hey, stay on the defensive side of the ball real quick, because you also, a lot of people don't know, your D coordinator and later head coach is a former Super Bowl winner with the Chicago Bears, Leslie Frazier.
Yeah, Leslie Frazier. Yeah, Coach Frazier. Shout out to Coach Frazier, too. That's my guy.
Shout out to Coach Frazier. How was it playing in his scheme in those practices and having to go against Klein Sasser blocking for Adrian Peterson? Talk about that a little bit.
Big South. Shout out to Big Klein Sasser, too. That's my guy, too. You know, I was on the field goal team, so I got a lot of love for the offensive line guys. Those are my,
That's
my
a big
brothers,
boy.
man. Yeah. But, you know, in practice, I think I may have tackled. Me have went at it with them, like for real. Maybe like once every training camp. Like we go like maybe 4 or 5 live plays, like on the goal line or something like that. So I mean, we haven't really like. And I'm a big dude, so like the interior guys, it's the little guys that get us.
Mm-hmm.
They hide behind the running back. You know what I mean? LaDamian, you gonna stand your gap here, boom, boom, and be gone for 60 yards on you. But the big dudes, or like Adrian's a big dude. When they get down, if they get you at the second level, now they on your ass. But for us, we didn't really go at it like that in practice. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where it was like, you know what I mean? Like our coach used to say, man, the Vikings don't play the Vikings on Sunday. So
True.
We got to make it there before you know what I mean, you trying to tear everybody's head up. And again, things are transitioning. So practice wasn't as what it used to be, or it wasn't as ramped up. So we weren't just out there, just keying off on each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So another question from the chat, and this is actually a really good question. Defensive line is like it's almost like a machine. Everybody
it's a brotherhood.
Everybody has to do their part.
We brothers out there, man. We brothers out there. You got them.
Right.
Got to be your brothers. You got to be brothers, man. You can't be. It can't even work if you don't really rock with each other, because you got to.
So who was the best defensive lineman you played with?
The best defensive lineman I've played with is Kevin Williams.
Okay.
Now, he was back to quarterback, but shouts out to Carl Dunbar, our D-line coach, who taught me a lot of everything I know for the most part. You got to stop that run, though. And I think that's where he separates himself as an interior defensive lineman, is because he shut the run down himself, and he would take over games by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Smile wouldn't say a bad word like that. Never really see him. I don't want to say pouting, but like disgruntled. He just kind of, that's the big ticket. That's why we call him Ticket, man. So like Kevin Williams, he stopped the run, and if you needed a play, all you gotta do is count on 9-3.
Okay.
Yeah, but I play with some Wolves now. You know what I mean? So Jared Allen, but Big Pat, that's my right hand. I'm his right hand man. We was back and forth. So they all good. But Kevin Williams, I don't think he doesn't have a big personality. You know what I mean? He kind of just go to work, go home. He don't really, autographs and all that stuff, but he don't really talk too much to people like that. So he don't. So the fanfare was never really like that for him. He didn't get a kick out of it. You know what I mean? Whereas Jared, we got the mother. I still got my mother somewhere around here right now. We went for his. It was 2 different worlds when we went for the retiring of their numbers in the Ring of Honor in Minnesota. So it was 2 different things. But shout out to Big Kev, man.
Yeah. We got another question from in the chat. Our man Nance Stewart said, "Which team in the North did you look forward to playing the most?"
The Bears.
Come on, that was easy.
That was easy.
Tackle guy.
I take that back. I take that back. It was the Bears.
Man.
No, listen. It was the Bears selfishly because of me, and like everybody, just Chicago and all the shit talking and all that stuff. However, though, I tell people this all the time. if you are a fan of football, you should do yourself a service and go check out a game in Green Bay.
I keep hearing that.
Nice outside.
I knew you was about to say
Tell
that.
everybody, man, it's a beautiful place to play some football too, especially when it's nice outside. But their fans,
When
not,
is it
you know
ever
what I mean?
nice?
You said what?
When is it ever nice? Outside.
We played them. Man, we don't really play up there when it was nice. No, we played them.
It does seem like NFC North always played up there in the freezing cold weather. Like, they never played early in the season.
Okay, it was like we played them a couple times in like that early, let me see, October, like an early mid-October.
Okay.
I don't think we had to. Our September game, if we played them, I think we played in Minnesota, and then we went up there. We will always go there. You're right, but even when it was, but see, another thing too is, depending upon the records and whatnot, it was you'd be like, we played them like 2-3 weeks in a row one year because of the bye week. Then we had the wild card. So we played them at the end of the year. Then we had to go back and play them again. This when Joe Webb was our quarterback.
I remember Joe Webb.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah, Joe was nice now. Yeah, Joe was nice.
He came in for. Did he come in for Favre?
Yeah, he was around that. And rest in peace to my brother Travaris Jackson.
Gus Farad. It was right after Brad Childress and them,
yeah,
right?
it was like right around that time because Joe went to UAB.
Right.
Okay. And then he had those couple. He had that real big game versus when we played. We got stuck in Philly. We didn't play. We played the Eagles. That's when Mike had just got back. And we got stuck. That's a crazy story too. We got stuck in Philly because of that snowstorm for like 4 days. We didn't play until like Wednesday. 15 cheesesteaks later, I could write a speech on it. We got the best Philly. Yeah, it was a cheesesteak everywhere. You want a cheesesteak? Everybody get a cheesesteak.
Everybody get a cheesesteak.
Everybody get a cheesesteak.
Everybody get a cheesesteak. We had homemade cheesesteaks, the Geno's. Oh man, it was crazy.
Geno's cheesesteak, yeah. There goes Frank.
My Frank.
I was gonna say, when you were playing against the Bears, don't we got a little something to?
We do actually.
Yeah, Fred, we got a little something for you.
I was gonna save it for a little later, but
no. We got to talk about this now.
We might as well go ahead and do it right now.
We got to talk about this now.
All right, well, let's do it.
You cannot abandon it because of what happened on that opening play. Now Butler tricked up, and he's down back at the 16.
You know what?
I remember that.
Grade-wise, I think I had technically had my best game ever that game versus Soldier Field. I had like a sack, a couple tackles for loss, but for us, it's your percentage, like your factor grade. It's not necessarily depend upon how many plays you make. It's just your technique and your factor grade. If you were able to make plays, did you make them? But that was a hell of a game, man. That was a fun game to play in. It's always fun when you can play in Soldier Field when it's not freezing cold. You know what I mean? Like right around where it's just good
that
football
lakefront,
weather.
man.
Damn. I went to the Bears Vikings game this last year, and I got to see like Ziggy, all the ownership, and everything. And then I went and sat inside. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
I ain't mad at you.
It's a smart move.
I do got a question for y'all, actually.
Yeah.
So when I was in Minnesota, he was a legal counsel for us. And then he went on to be the Big Ten commissioner. But I want to give a special shout. I got to find him this week, too. To my main man, Kevin Warren, man. That's a huge that's my man. That's my man. That's my guy right there, man. That's my guy. I got to find Kevin. I got to find him, man. That's my guy. But
Kevin,
that's
if you're
huge
watching,
pickup for you guys. Huge. He's a great man.
We are super excited about that. Super excited about that because it's gonna be a whole new regime now. No more Ted Phillips. No more any of that bullshit.
No McCaskey's actually making decisions either. Just sit there and look pretty, guys. That's all they need to do.
Historically, you guys have had people in there that don't know football.
Hedge fund guys.
That's always been the big question. Yeah.
It's like if you go to the barbershop.
Business guys. They were the business.
If you go to the barbershop and you get your haircut, and your mom is just standing there looking at the barber like, no, I need you to go, nope, fix that, fix it. You like, I do my job, shit. Like,
Right.
leave. I can't even breathe.
Right. They did not know.
That's a huge pickup for the Bears Nation.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I was just talking to Zoom about Jerry Zoom about a week or two ago, and the excitement around what's going on with him, and just he's a really, really good. He's a solid dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna listen to you. You gonna hear him out too, though. But he gonna provide you with the best resources and the best what's the word I'm looking for? The best spirit of going about things. You know what I mean? He's gonna have a different type of vibe with him. So I'm happy for you guys, actually.
I'm really happy about it too. And you know what? Ted Phillips was spotted going out on the field, and people would be like, what the fuck is he going out on the field for? What is he doing? He doesn't even know football. So with this president, if he spotted out on the field, great.
Oh, he outside.
Excellent.
He outside. He not like that. He gonna be outside. He don't.
That's what we need.
He not hiding from nobody.
Good.
I do that. He ain't hiding from nobody.
He want all the smoke. That's what we want.
Yeah, no, seriously. He really is. He really is. He built like that now.
I'm just wondering, are you a Bears fan?
I root for the Bears. I mean, I root for. I still got. I know when they play my boys, because I still got a couple guys left. Adam Thielen and Harrison Smith.
I'd love to see Thielen in a Bears uniform.
You said what?
I'd love to see Thielen in a Bears uniform.
Why?
Because he's going to get dropped. Why not? He's going to get cut from the team.
Let that go, Frank. Let that go.
Hey, he made. If there's a definition of self-made, it's Adam. He manifested all that. He manifested all his whole career up here. Like, he knew what he was doing because he was a Mankato State guy, local guy. You know what I mean? And he did what he did, man. I'm so happy for him too, man, because he really, 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 really worked through the ranks. So you guys the Bears will be, and he's a consummate professional too. So the Bears will be, he would be good. He would be. First of all, he's a great receiver. Let's start there.
He's a great route runner. That was the big thing.
Great route runner. He's gonna catch the ball too. He's not gonna drop. He's not gonna drop it. He's not gonna drop it. But he's gonna be great for that locker room and the mentorship with those young guys. That's what really, because certain things you can only learn by watching somebody. You know what I mean? You can't really. It's hard for somebody to explain it to you, as opposed to you just seeing them do it. You're like, okay, all right, that's how we go. That's how it's supposed to move. All right. You know, it's not necessarily like a sit down kind of. That's how it was with Big Pat and Kevin. Like, we talk in practice or in meetings and stuff, but if you playing behind somebody, you're supposed to be the first person to know if they either did good or bad, right? Because you play the same position.
Right.
So you got to be able to kind of learn on the road instead of just always trying to ask someone something. So he's a great person just to watch. You know what I mean? Like, in practice, how they tie their cleats, or what's their routine before practice, after practice, or they work out. Like, how do they, you know what I mean? You can kind of get yourself acclimated to where you find your little groove for your weeklies. Because it's really just an active office. If you take the word football, if you take it out of football, we are, with the whole organization, Wednesdays are Monday, right? So Wednesdays are Monday. Wednesdays are Monday. So we're with the whole organization from about, 6 a.m. to about 5, 6 p.m. damn near, you know? So it's really, really tight knit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was asking because I know you said I'm really happy for you guys. So I was under the impression
not one of your
guys. Who is your team?
Did you peep how he said he roots for the Bears, but he ain't a fan?
No, I think personally speaking, I think you guys get beside yourself a little too quick.
Hey, speak on that. Like,
I want to hear.
Like, seriously, like, Bears fans.
We're loyal though.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
to
we're
a
loyal.
fault.
Never will give
To a
up. We'll get
fault.
pissed and say fuck you.
No, y'all, but y'all will turn. Y'all will turn on somebody real quick now.
Yeah.
Let's not act like that.
There are,
I remember,
especially a quarterback.
And kicker.
A kicker too. Very good point. Very good.
When y'all trying to raise some money to buy the guy's contract out about a couple years ago.
Yeah, we did.
They started a GoFundMe to release the kicker.
That was Cody Park.
Cody Park, yeah, that's what I said.
Oh my God! Well, shit, that was merited though. That was definitely merited, man.
It is. It was. I mean, first and foremost, I don't think most people could kick a ball from the kitchen to the living room.
Oh no.
So I can tip my hat off as a guy that's been on the field goal team. Shout out to Ryan Longwell too, but and Chris Cluey. But as a guy that's been on the field goal team for a very long time, it's not as easy as it looks.
No,
now,
it's not. But he had one job.
That's the key thing. He knew.
He knew job though, and look from the inside. It can always be you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you gotta kind of tread lightly with your team. And like if somebody have a bad game and they're not successful that day, you can't just jump ship on them. You know what I mean? Like you gotta kind of be like, man, it could have been me out there stinking it up.
Fred, fuck that. Fuck Fred. Cody Parkey was terrible. How did you like this too? Right, like 5 games out of the season.
That's because y'all had.
He did hit 9 goals.
Set y'all back, really. Let me be honest with you.
I mean, you gotta look at it like this. He did the fucking double doink, but then not only he did the double doink, the son bitch went on the national fucking news and went on there and started talking.
Yeah.
He went to what was it? NBC in the morning, some shit. Good Morning America, some shit. This motherfucker went on there.
You have to on the Today Show.
Yeah, the
football,
Today Show.
To me, football for me personally, when it comes to like, I don't want to just say big name guys, but the guys that carry your franchise on your back, you have to make sure their shoulders are strong enough to deal with the city's vibe. It can't. It's merit. It can't be like you can't, because one thing you can't do is you can't hide this Chicago. You can hide in in Minnesota. Not saying you need to, but you can kind of get low and not, you know what I mean? You can't once you a Bear, you're a Bear for life. If you play for the Bears, you still depending upon what, if you had a good game now, your money still might not be good at Gibson's. They still might be like, nope, this is the house. Me and the Robinson did what they did. It was their money's no good, especially after.
I will say this though, we never been so against the kicker since Robbie Gould left though.
Yeah.
Like that was our big thing. When Robbie Gould left, we just went through a freaking domino effect of horrible kickers every year.
Well, because no one wants to see the kicker, but they also want him to make his points.
Yeah.
So it's like you only really reference him if he's messing up. It's not like, man, did you see Robbie Gould hit 7 field goals this last game? You're gonna be like, oh shit, he just got 20 points. I mean, damn, like that's a lot. Not a point.
You could also say that Dallas Cowboys kicker too, who made, I think it was like 37 in a row. And then all of a sudden missed 6 straight, all going through the playoff game.
What do they call that? Damn. When somebody just can't get right, we call it just can't get right. But
we got everybody say can't get right. Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law.
Is that what they just it's like they just glitch and they just can't do what they somebody just did that.
It's
too.
Pretty much it's all in your head, and that's kind of like the term that they do it. But there's a term for it. I don't know how the hell I can't remember.
I forget the name of it, but I was just talking about that with somebody too, because there was I don't know if it was a tennis match I was watching, but somebody just kind of went through that. They just like froze and they couldn't figure it out. But nonetheless, yeah, Robbie Gould left and did leave a little dent in the Bears.
Big ass dent.
A huge dent in the Bears. But I mean, that Trubisky thing set y'all back too, though.
Yeah.
It did. It really.
It's so much bull.
You gotta have people that can. You cannot. He wanted to not watch the TVs in the facility. Like you can't.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Dude.
You can't do all that, man. You gotta stand up and take it like a man, bro. You did it. That's the only way people gonna
that's
let
why
you go,
need
huh?
people that are
You can't-
mentally tough that can play here in Chicago because
and then you had to go and bring up Patrick Mahomes too.
Yeah.
And just to know that
But I don't think nobody thought Pat Mahomes would be.
No shot, because even when he was drafted, I wanted Deshaun Watson.
I'm with you on that one too. But listen, his style of where he came from at Texas Tech, one thing he can do is he knows offensive schemes and can throw the ball. So
I mean, that's all they did. Air raid.
Yeah. Kingsbury, all they did historically, they just all threw the ball. Crabtree was one from there. I forget the other quarterback.
Cliff Kingsbury went to Texas Tech, if I'm not mistaken. He was their quarterback.
Yeah, he's the quarterback there.
Yeah.
Back when they were the first people to have the those remember it was like the alien looking helmet. It was like kind of like it was like small,
like the shape of the helmet is what.
Yeah, it's like a weird they were one of the first teams at college to have those.
I always thought those helmets looked ugly as hell.
But I will say this though, I think this is going to be a fun year for football. It's going to be a good year for football. It's a lot of parity in sports these days. Ain't nobody just really kicking, you know what I mean? Just running through people now. You know, I don't know what y'all gonna do with quarterback.
Montgomery.
So
no, I was about to ask you what are your thoughts about that?
What do you think about the Bears as a whole right now? From ownership, from management on down, because we already know, Fred, it's a ton of holes. We know that the clock is started. What's up, Bullets? The clock is
started. I'm gonna throw this out there. I could be wrong. I could be flying some land. I don't know.
Please don't say that.
I personally would let Fields go.
Really?
What?
Yeah. I'm thinking Lamar Jackson in Chicago. Let Fields go figure this thing out, blossom. The Ravens don't have to blow up their whole scheme. You can get some picks. It can come down a little.
Disloyal, fool-ass, bitch-made punk.
What I'm saying, look. This is
it's a good one.
The Bears need. I'm just saying, I would trade him. If you tell me, I still ain't seen him throw the ball, but that's just me. But
if you trade him for Lamar, aren't you putting Lamar in the same situation? Because
you are, and it's the same style of
weapons, no line.
He's a little bit more poised and polished.
But the other thing you got to think of, Fred, is Fields is still 2 more years left in his rookie contract. Lamar, you're paying $40 million a year if you want him to come here.
This Chicago, though, you got it. Like, you can't.
I just don't think he would survive here.
Oh yeah, he'd be fine. Lamar Jackson, he'd be okay.
I don't understand the logic. I don't understand the logic in that.
You need to have somebody to be a face of this is a historic franchise, man. The Bears need a face. And I just don't think right now he's like the real face of the franchise. He won the games and he's doing his thing, but to coin somebody the face of a franchise, usually on a championship team, either your defense is the face, your quarterback is the face, or your head coach is the face of the organization, the franchise.
We have none of
right?
those.
You agree with me? Anybody would disagree?
Yeah, no, you're right on that. I agree with that.
So
I agree with that.
If you have 2 out of 3, you got something. Now, if you got all 3, now you talking January, February football. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How old is Justice? Like 24, right? He's been in the league 3 years?
He's only 20. Yeah, 24.
He's going into his 3rd year.
Yeah, so he's 23 possibly.
So you want him to be the face like right off the bat?
No, you can't want to be the face. You just got to either be the face or you're not. It's not a one thing. It just happens.
I think he proved that he is the face last year, though. Even if it was just in the running game,
he played well.
Yeah,
I think he proved this is his team.
Who is the face of the Green Bay Packers?
It's Aaron Rodgers. It'll always be Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
And if he leaves, they don't have
Chicago Bears.
It is Justin Fields.
It's Justin Fields.
Even if he is 23 years old, it still is Justin Fields.
Did anybody else feel that little hesitation?
No,
I didn't have any hesitation.
I didn't hesitate at all.
I didn't have any hesitation.
I heard where you going, Fred. I'm not gonna say he's the face of the franchise. He's the future, hopefully, of the franchise. But I feel what you're saying on like literally back in the day, you mentioned the 3-point, all three phases. 85, you had the coach that was the face, the defense was the face, Walter Payton, and as much as people give him crap, Jim McMahon was a face.
Yeah. He was
then
a
when we got to
Lovey in the locker room.
We had the face and the defense. We had the coach as a face, and we had the defense as a face. Then towards the end, all we had was Urlacher as the quote-unquote face.
So you could say the
still
defense
the
was
face.
But I see what you're saying.
Hold on now,
about face.
You know what?
I get mad at you for saying that now.
You know what?
Well, no, I'm just saying because
you always
no, you're right.
I'm not going for that bullshit. I ain't gonna even sugarcoat that shit and try to butter it up like JB did.
Butter my
motherfucker
bread.
face of the franchise. It's just that simple. If you sit up there and you look at it right now, if you sit up there, if you go to every team and you be like, okay, name a player who most of the players that you're gonna name on those teams are the face of the franchise. So if you come to the Chicago Bears,
it is only Justin Fields.
Man, motherfucker gonna say Justin Fields.
So you saying that's about it ain't nobody else.
I just don't hear the same energy as when you say, who's the face of the Buffalo Bills?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. I mean, but this is only.
I didn't hesitate when we said Justin Fields, though, too.
I mean, what? Josh Allen been there, 5 years?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He also is only.
Josh Allen was not a good quarterback his second year.
So he can't really be. I get what Fred is saying.
Y'all, Chicago, I'm going to say we suffer from immediate gratification. We want shit right now, right? We want the success. Or then you don't be successful, get your ass out of here. That's how Bears fans is. Wait, what? You messed up? Go. It's time to go. We'll pay you ourselves.
Yeah.
Fans will pay you to go.
Let's also not forget one thing here in Chicago that I always say, and it's what Justin Fields does is Chicago, we love winners, yes, but we also love people who bust their ass and work hard.
Yeah, he do bust his
Justin
ass.
Fields does that.
He's a hard worker.
And he is.
It's only his second year, too.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like you said, when you talk about a Josh Allen been in the league, about 5 years, maybe 6 or whatnot.
But he fits, he screams Buffalo.
But that's what I'm saying, Chris. It's now Josh Allen's the face of the franchise. Year 2, Josh Allen was not the face of the Buffalo Bills. That's what he's saying. Right now, Justin is not.
But I put it to you like this.
But the market in Buffalo doesn't require him to be like that. He just
right on that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
They let him grow.
They let him grow. They gave him a little cushion.
Even Josh Allen's second year, can you sit up there and significantly say like, okay, like man, Josh Allen was like a name that was constantly being thrown out there. I mean, this man had about a motherfucking 6-week stretch where the motherfucker was must-see TV.
Yeah,
you never got that from Josh Allen.
Year 2, they were still wondering if he could play football. Like, is he going to be?
Yeah, that's what I'm sitting up there saying. So with Josh Allen, you were
I remember that. Yeah.
Okay. Josh Allen,
that's what I'm just saying. It's a marriage between the city and the actual position. Because think about it like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not on the Russell Wilson, shit train. I'm not jumping on his back. I'm not jumping on him like that. However, though, he never really had to. He was an amazing quarterback, great quarterback, but he never really had to do much leading in Seattle.
You're right on that.
He didn't.
He really didn't. When you really think about it, you had the polarizing defense. You had Marshawn Lynch. You had Pete Carroll.
Well, that was early on in his career.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So when you get him in Denver, why you think that's what I was telling you about 2 weeks ago? See, when you get somewhere and they required, that was not necessarily required of him. So his skill set on the field ain't his skill set in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
That is a whole different skill set. That's a whole different talent to corral everybody and have the moxie to make everybody be cohesive on the same vibe. That's a skill set. That's not
some
shit you just can just. Wake
Yeah,
up
but
one day and
I
do
can't take nothing away from Russell Wilson because that was early on in his career when he had the
great
Legion of
system, great
Boom
coaching,
and he had Marshawn Lynch in him. But after them guys left, you could put his
he was
numbers
nothing.
up against any quarterback in the
Yeah,
league,
once they left,
and his shit
absolutely.
was right up there, if not better.
You're
But
right.
you got to do that with
But
Tom Brady too, though.
I'm not talking about his on the field. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
said
that
locker
locker
I
room.
room.
understand what you're
That
talking
means
about here.
that. Listen, man. When you play quarterback, bro, you can't have your old lineman going like this. What? You know, did you feel that? These dudes supposed to be running through a brick wall for you to block or just get a body on the line for you to be successful in for the team to have success. They on the sideline. Because if you see a little beef, there's a lot of beef there. You know that icebergs, whatever they say was the tip of the iceberg is just a half, not even a half of it. So if you see what you think may be an argument on the sideline, it's 15 times worse in the locker room when nobody's there. And it's a funk that it's hard to be undone when it's hard to undo it when you got your teammates look at you like, what? The quarterback? Are you serious? We can't win like that. You can't win. We talk about real winning. I ain't talking about like beating somebody, the ball gonna bounce your way sometimes. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But like to really go down and make some noise in the playoffs and the divisional rounds, you got to be on the same page, big fella. You can't be out there. You can't have no type of funky ass vibe or like iffy. You know what I mean? Like where it's just like you don't know where you stand with people. You know what I mean? You got to kind of be clicking.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I mean, it's interesting when you said that because you brought up is Aaron Rodgers the face of the franchise? Who's the face of the franchise if Aaron Rodgers decides he wants to take up hairstyling tomorrow?
Shit. The Packers.
The Packers organization.
That's just the organization. They just gonna keep.
They have nothing.
Do that because they homegrown over there. They got a different type of vibe. Their vibe ain't really. It's not predicated off of having someone be the face. He just happened to be really good, and he's been balling for his whole career, pretty much. You know what I mean? So it's like. Yeah,
I mean,
so it's
only
like
got about 30 years of that shit.
36 years of
him and fucking Favre. If you want to talk about Rodgers, then you talking about Favre, So
who's before them? No, that's in
Don
Dallas.
Don Majkowski.
Magic Man Majkowski.
They're in for some dark ass days when Aaron Rodgers leaves.
Yeah. I think he's going to go to Vegas.
You think Vegas? Huh? Yeah, I can see that.
He can still. It's not cold out there. But when you think my little sister freshman year was when All-Star Weekend was in Vegas, my rookie year. But her freshman year, she went to UNLV, Asia, the one that ran track.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's been to Vegas, a week in Vegas is way too long.
Yeah.
Too long. Yeah. I had never been out there, and I wanted to go, lay my eyes on her, make sure she's straight, go around, see shit.
Right.
First thing I told her, I was like, I don't care if it's your homegirl, your homeboy, your friend. You don't need to be walking around out here by yourself at night. It's completely sketchy.
Okay.
Vegas off the strip, it's a little wild out there. It's a little wild west.
Very.
Yeah, and it's a different world. So it's like he can still go out there and not be bothered. You know what I mean? It's not Green Bay, but it's the same kind of. He can pick and choose if he want to be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? New York, A-Rod can't, you know what I mean? You gonna go to dinner. It's New York. You gotta go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? It is so you already know you're gonna be bothered. Like you can't really get missing in New York. I mean, you can get low in New York City, but you know what I'm saying? Like before this all digital stuff, what was the New York Times or whatever it was to be on the cover of the front page of date night or something like that? You just can't escape that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think he can escape that in Vegas, and he go get his man's back. Devontae.
Don't you think there'd be?
He tried with his homie. He said, "Man,
Don't you think there'd be a lot of attention and a lot of spotlight on him if he goes to Vegas, though?
But
I don't see him being able to hide out there. He'd be better off going to Jacksonville.
I think because of the strip. I think because of the strip is what you're thinking of. But outside of that, they going. I mean, it's
Just
gonna be
go
my
crawl in the
CTV because they
desert.
want to see what he's gonna do. But he don't. He doesn't. He's not gonna have TMZ following him everywhere he goes. You see what I'm saying? Like it ain't like he got to be at the airport. They're gonna have the beat writers waiting on him and all that type of. He can still kind of just move around as he pick and chooses.
So you're saying because he'll be in a smaller market, he'll be able to find those crevices and just chill.
The same thing. It's a warmer Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers don't bother nobody.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And they don't have that. They don't have that media attention like he will get in New York or somewhere like Los Angeles or Chicago.
I don't think he's leaving Green Bay. I really don't.
He might not. Probably not. I mean, tell the truth, he a fucking drama queen. The motherfucker wants so much attention. He like that kid that didn't get attention from his mom and his daddy and shit.
Son changes a lot of things, man. The sun changes a lot of things, baby. As soon as the Rams moved to Rodeo Drive, I said, "Woo, okay, yeah." Practice don't sound so bad then. You going to OTAs and then you going to have lunch at Mr. Child's. That's a little bit different than you just eating at Pearls.
Right. No, I get you. I definitely get you.
That's good food.
I definitely get
you.
I can't go nowhere. I can't do shit. Food. I love that food is very, very good though too.
Yes, it is. Although it's pricey now. It's become pricey.
Like everything's pricey.
Everything's pricey now.
Yeah, this whole world is pricey.
Yeah, everything is pricey now. So, Mr. Fred, we always play this game. It's called How Chicago Is You or How Chicago Are You? If we're being grammatically
nice English.
correct. Only with people who have been in Chicago for a while or they're from Chicago. So we are going to play the game with you. So, usually it's 10 questions. This time, we only going to make it 5 questions.
Okay.
And you get 10. Should we do 10 seconds to answer? Nah, that's too long, right?
5. We'll do 5.
5 seconds. Let's do 5 seconds to answer.
Yeah.
And if you don't answer 3 of them correctly, you might be from the suburbs.
Don't hate.
I do have a Phoenix Suns hat on too, though.
Oh, Frank is from
Don't hate
on suburbs. We might talk about
I
his
get every question right, and I'm a suburban.
All right, what we got? Let's go.
All right, so during those 5 seconds, you're gonna hear this.
So that's the timer.
Yeah,
I got you.
When that goes off, we need your answer. All right. So here we go. Number 1. Who were the starting wide receivers for the 1985 Bears?
Damn. You got me on that one. You got me on that one. My mind, okay, I'm ready for this now. My mind wasn't prepared for that. I see where we at now.
You need to use the lifeline, call a friend.
Man, off the gate too. Golly, Fred, come on.
JB, help him out.
Help me out, JB.
So Dennis McKinnon, Willie Gault, and then at tight end you had James Thornton or Emory Moorhead, and then you had Keith Ortego, Dennis Gentry, and of course you had Peyton Suey. I can keep going, but.
Okay, no, that's good. You gave us too much. We just wanted wide receivers.
God damn, you gotta do me like that.
You know
the head trainer we had.
Right. You had JB one thing. He gonna give you everything because he's just
the Moore's beer too.
Everything, Moore's, definitely
riding the whole game. That's my people's, man.
Yeah.
Love those guys.
Yeah.
Forgot to grab that when I came up to get my Heralds.
Oh, you'll be back.
I'll have to fucking definitely be back.
We
All right, come on.
Get you some more as beer, Fred. But yeah, those your people. You would get some shit. All right. So, second question. Name the 3 top, and I guess this might be subjective, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Name the 3 top places in Chicago where you would get your Italian beef.
On a beef.
Al, and Al.
No. Al
like
would beat up one.
But I ain't gonna mess around if I'm gonna do it.
Al's is the best beef I've
I
ever
ain't
seen.
gonna mess around. I've been watching what's the name. I'm gonna go check out what's the name too this next week. Actually, I was watching Bear with the show about the chef from Chicago up north, the Italian beef place.
Really?
Have you seen it?
I've also
with my guy from Shameless, where he's the master chef or the head chef.
Really?
Well, him and his brother opened up an Italian beef place. He said, "Well,
they did it here."
Yeah, it's called Bear. I think that's the name of it.
I didn't. Yeah, that's really the first time I heard it.
It's really. I can't think of. His name is Lip off of Shameless. The son.
Yeah, I know you're talking about from the show, but I'm saying I didn't know that they had Chicago.
Oh man, yeah, it's supposed to be pretty spot on too with the storyline.
Okay.
It's actually a really good show too, though.
We'll definitely have to check that out. But Frank, help him out with the answer.
Well, I know Johnny's beef is always one of the top.
What the fuck is that?
You never heard of Johnny's beef?
It's
Then
like
you automatically
it's like
should be
an Oak
disqualified
Lawn or something. I think
that's not Chicago,
that
man.
is Chicago's beef. How did you not know that, dude?
Oh, you're talking about that little corner store place?
It ain't no Bona beef.
I'm talking about Al's, Bona beef, and Portillo's.
No, you can get rid of Bona beef.
You didn't even talk about Mr. Beef in Chicago too. That's another.
That's the show.
I said
the show is about Mr. Beef.
Oh, it's about Mr. Okay,
it's about Mr. Beef. I think it's about that's the original, right?
Right.
Now, T, you need to go out and get Johnny's beef because I have had that in downtown Chicago before, and that is the best beef.
You gotta pause.
I have never had that.
You gotta pause when you say that, man. I don't know Johnny like that.
Well, you need to know Johnny beef.
Oh,
you gotta get all up in Johnny's beef.
Y'all have it all wrong.
That's enough.
I was trying to find a politically correct way to say, do they dip their beef?
But you said it right. Al's, Mr. Beef, and Portillo's is in, but you got to check out Freddy's on 31st. Freddy's is banging.
31st is what?
At least he says Al, so I'm giving him that one.
Right before you get to
by Comiskey?
Down that way. Yep. Before you get to the
I still say Comiskey.
Yeah,
you still say Comiskey.
It's always Comiskey. We ain't calling it whatever it's called
like
now.
Lakeshore Drive.
Right? Is it guaranteed rate? It's guaranteed rate, right?
It's
guaranteed rate. I think is the one it's at right now.
But
it's Comiskey, it's Soldier Field, and it's Sears Tower.
Yeah, you ain't no fucking calling it no Willis Tower.
Never.
You call it
I don't know if you call it Willis Tower no more.
No,
I think they changed it again, didn't they?
You know, you can actually buy. Anybody can actually buy. I think I could be wrong, but I think you can buy the rights to it's like $1 million a year. I think technically anybody can name it.
Change the name?
Huh?
To change the name?
Yeah, I think you can. It's something like it's not because they were saying you could just buy the name rights to the building. It has nothing. It was some weird loophole, I guess, when people could do it, but. Yeah, no, I stick with Al's, man. I don't because you can't eat those things all the time. So when you do eat something like that, you don't want to mess up your meal. You want it to be what you think it's gonna be. I ain't got no time to be going to no new, you know what I mean? Like venturing off. If I just want Italian beef, I want Italian beef. But I rock with Portillo's too, though.
Yeah.
But if you go to Al's, you have to go to the one on Taylor Street.
Yeah, you got to.
Don't go to one on Taylor Street. You're doing yourself a disservice.
You gotta go. That's the only one. That's what I was talking about. The one right there on Taylor Swift. And you kind of low key got to stand there and eat it too.
Oh yeah, I ain't taking it home.
I'm taking. If I'm gonna get out the car and do all that, I ain't gonna take it back with me. You feel me?
Right.
So I can't believe you said Bona beef, dude.
Bona
I have one of those right down the
That's that commercial.
Like shit to be in the food court.
All of it is commercial.
It's a food court Italian beef, man.
All right, so
what we got?
So, Mr. Fred, you are 0 for 2.
He said L's. I'm giving him that one. He got L's. I'm giving him that one.
He said L's and Mr. Beef.
All right, 1 for 2.
He did.
1 for 2. 1 for 2.
All right.
So far. All right.
That first threw me off, though. That was
the next one is alley-oop. There's alley-oop. This is easy. So, back in the day, or still even today, where do you go get the best sandwiches on 111th Street?
Oh man, that's easy.
I ain't gonna have the answer to that one. I don't even know what the hell
111. I'm overthinking this.
You definitely are. Think about off-campus lunch at Morgan Park.
On 111, I get the milkshake from there all the time.
Yep.
What's the name? God, I just had that too. I'm tweaking. I can't think of the name of it. I just ate there not too long ago. We was out there. I can't think. I'm tripping. You threw me off with some of these questions.
I'll give you a hint. Chris, can you give him a hint?
Hoagie.
Home of the hoagie?
Home of the hoagie. Fries and sauce. Fries and sauce.
There it is.
And I rock with Home of the hoagie and what's the name too? Is that Jansen's?
That's on 103rd.
That's 103rd, right?
Yeah, that's on 103rd.
No. I'm sorry, 99th.
That's my spot too, though.
Oh yeah, it's right by what was Evergreen Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So what is that now? Is it a mall still?
It's like an outside. It's like an outside mall.
Yeah.
So it's
closed.
It's kind of whack. It's a Whole Foods and
it's closed. That's what it is.
They got a Burlington Coat factory over there.
Next question. You 2 for 3.
So the next question, it might be subjective, but we're gonna ask it anyway. What 3 schools in Chicago, of course, was known to have the prettiest girls?
That's technically all right. I'm gonna throw y'all off, man. That's not subjective either. I'm gonna go Kenwood. I'm gonna go Whitney Young. Now my third one is because my cousins were older than me, and my cousin Kenny and Carrie are 4 or 6 years older than me. So I was young, but I'm gonna go historically. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. If you know. Seton.
Okay.
If you know.
That's a good call.
Okay.
That's a great call.
I can deal with
it. You don't know.
See,
if you know, you know though.
No, see, that's a great call. When it was an all-girl school, before they went the black and gold.
I could definitely understand that.
If you don't know, it's okay. But hey.
Mother Macaulay too back in the day. God. That's just a memory.
I swam with all the Mother Macaulay and Brother Rice people. So I was like,
no. I'm talking about in the 90s. You wasn't
I'm talking about 90s.
Yeah, you wasn't there yet.
I wasn't swimming. But see, my father was the head coach. Shout out to my sister Renia. My father was the head coach at Whitney Young, the swim coach. So I was up there as a kid, you know. So Whitney Young always gonna get default. It's like they always in the conversation about
that
default.
number one spot.
That was Kenwood though.
No.
I told you it was Kenwood, man. You don't
know.
Hey, we said it was selective. We said it was selective.
It was
subjective is what we said.
It was subjective. No, that's not subjective. I mean, that was pretty much. Yeah, it's like he said. You know, how you said, "Is Aaron Rodgers the face of Green Bay?" He's like, "Yeah." When you said who had the prettiest girls in high school, everybody's gonna be like, "Yeah, it was Kenwood." Yeah, you know, what I mean, that's some stuff.
I don't know, man.
We got some beautiful women.
Whitney Young has some.
Beautiful girls in Morgan Park. But historically speaking, it was Kenwood. That's what they was known for. They weren't known for being tough. Or like fighting, you know what I mean? They wasn't fighting. I wasn't fighting either, but like they wasn't like known for like. They was just known for the girls.
There was
give your school some credit, man. MP has some dimes though too.
Yeah. We had some. Yeah, I'm always take my school, but
MP had a lot of.
When you put me on, see, look, like I said, I'm 4 and 6 years younger than my cousins, so I was with them. I just couldn't go kick it, you know what I mean, at the homecomings and stuff. But I was around.
It was a lot of Scud missiles at Morgan Park. A lot of Scud missiles, man.
Oh no.
Wait, what?
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was a lot of Scud missiles.
You might be talking about Morgan Park Academy. That's further down the road, big fella. That ain't us. We had some steppers out there.
Well, it was at Morgan Park Academy too, because that's where I went to school, and I saw those every day.
Yeah. How'd that go for you?
Hey, Fred, you're doing great. 3 out of 4.
I'm 3 out of 4, baby. It's just that first question. I was like, boom. Huh?
No, to pull up Seton is huge. People forgot about Seton.
That's why I preface it by saying, look, if you don't know, you don't know.
But if you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, number 5. What football movie was filmed at Lane Tech High School?
I can't. It's the name of the. What is the name of that movie? With Goldie Hawn.
Yes.
The Little Bears.
Great movie.
I said Goldie Hawn.
I think I'd give it
to you. Be like, I can't think of the name of the Monsters. No.
Frank, give them their name.
The Wildcats.
The Wildcats.
Is the name of the movie.
It's called the Wildcats, right?
Yeah.
It's just called Wildcats.
Can you name a couple stars in that movie that had their start, their career in that movie?
Athletes? Oh, you talking about?
No,
I just said Goldie.
Actors.
Name
two. They was babies though, right? They was kids.
Yeah, I can give you 2 right now.
I can name 2, and that's Woody Harrelson,
New Jack City,
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley was in that thing. I remember that.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes. Who else?
Sit your $5 ass down before I make
change. Right? Yeah.
There were LL Cool J was in that movie too, wasn't he?
Damn, was he?
No.
No,
Frank. I was like,
he was in Any Given Sunday, but he was.
I know he was in Any Given Sunday, but I thought I remember seeing him in that movie too.
That's actually a good movie. I actually like that.
I might have to search that.
I might watch that again.
He might have been on the soundtrack.
And maybe it was the soundtrack, and I just heard his voice. I didn't.
They got you a real fight, right?
Oh yeah, in real life, him and
Jamie Foxx. They got into a real fight in that movie when they were filming that.
Really? I didn't know when it.
Oh yeah, they
whooped whose ass?
LL.
I just remember. I guess LL was in his super acting bag. He stole on. I don't know if Jamie stole on him. Somebody stole on somebody. Like it got real.
Oh shit!
Hey, but wait. Like I'm kind of upset that y'all forgot like 2 other people that were in there. That was kind of like after that. Where did you see him again? Y'all forgot Nipsey Russell was in the movie, man. He was selling the peanut brittle.
Damn.
Big Nipsey Russell and Bubba Gump. He was the quarterback.
What?
Wasn't his name like Peanut in the movie or something?
Yeah, his real name
that
was
wasn't Peanut. That wasn't Peanut.
Peanut was the running back, I thought.
No, Peanut was the little. I think he was like the little.
God, I haven't seen that movie in so damn long.
And he said, "They the best guys we got." He was a little.
He was the key. He was the manager.
Yeah.
But
he played.
Nicoletti Williamson is his real name. That's Bubba Gump. He was the quarterback.
What's his real name?
Mike
Nicoletti Williamson.
Mike
Say it one more time. Huh?
Nicoletti, Michael, something like that.
Mike Kelty Williamson.
Yeah, Bubba Gump.
Yeah.
My big name right there is Bubba Gump.
We played against. That's when Denzel came to our game because.
Oh really?
You know, his son played running back.
John David. Yeah.
John David.
Yeah.
He was.
He had a cup of coffee. He was with the Rams for a practice squad. We came out of college the same year, so not that he would ever remember any of this, but like we were all young, and my homie I was training with was the center, Rayoli, not his younger brother, Dominic, not Dominic. His younger brother's my age.
Oh, the brother. Okay.
Yeah, the younger brother. And so we were all. It's corny as it sounds. We were all trying to think of like different Denzel quotes to say to him. We played it, but it was just cheesy though, man. But it was crazy because you still just weirdly felt his presence in the building. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you don't know where he was, but you just felt like Denzel. Because this is this Training Day Denzel. I think
right.
What Training Day came out?
2001.
Yeah, this
Training Day that long? Oh, 20-some years.
Yeah. Damn. Training Day is an old movie.
Ethan Hawke, that's Ethan Hawke, right? Yeah.
Ethan Hawke. Yeah.
You disloyal, fool-ass, bitch-made punk.
Best quote in the movie. The best quote in the movie. Disloyal, bitch-made fool-ass punk.
He snapped on him, man. I'm like, you know what? I think
you did miss,
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch Training Day again and Wildcat.
Yeah,
Wildcats is hilarious.
Wildcats, man.
I can't remember what the name of the movie was, but I was just watching the movie, and like you said to your point, JB, it was like the who's who of actors was in it, but they weren't nobody. They were nobodies. You know what I mean? Back then, I forget, was that Weekend at Bernie's or something I was watching? And I was like, damn.
Great movie right there.
Huh?
It's a great movie right there.
It is.
But you passed.
Oh, I did pass. I got a question, a real Chicago Bears question.
Okay.
All right. This is a two-parter. One, how fast do you think the Bears are going to move to Arlington?
2026.
And two, are you mentally prepared for it?
I can't wait.
So the first
15 minutes from my house.
I can't 4 to 5 years because it takes 2.5 to 3 years to build a stadium. Then, as far as am I mentally prepared? Hell no.
I can't wait.
I don't want to see no. I'm gonna go just to say I went, but I don't want no parts of Arlington, man.
Now, have you ever been to Foxborough?
No, I have never had the pleasure of going to Foxborough. I've been to Boston, but I ain't been to.
Yeah, but you guys, it's a whole different vibe. But it's like it's kind of like that all-inclusive thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you just
like
the
everything
whole vibe is like the place. Yeah, it's like shit to do everywhere. You don't really got to leave, but like, I mean. Like I love shout out to Ricky Boots, my broski, man. Y'all gotta come check his tailgate out this next fall.
Okay.
We be at the lot across the street from White Castles on Cermak. So his mother
down by Hugh.
Yeah, right across the street from Hugh. So you know they have the whole fire engine decked out in the emergency truck, EMT truck decked out in all Bears, and the food is amazing though. Gosh. I still don't understand how they prepare all that stuff, but yeah, y'all gotta come check that out. I personally think it's gonna be a good look. I don't think it's gonna mess anything up, and I don't think it's gonna be congested. Because when you go to Soldier Field, you just go to the game and go home. They ain't really, or you gonna go downtown. You're not. I mean, you gonna have a cocktail or something in the South Loop, but you're not really like, you know what I mean.
Right,
you're not pressed to be right there because it's kind of like everybody just disperses. It's not
exactly.
a real,
it's
not a real.
We say design flaw now, but had they changed it, I say we say design flaw now, But when they first renovated, had they made it a dome, I don't think we'd be singing the same song. But the Bears don't make any real money. What they pay, $12 million a year to the Park District, something like that?
Yeah, but and correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't the Bears one of the only franchises where this is the Bears is their bread and butter?
Yeah, no, that's all they got. Yeah,
that's all they got. So it's like, so you match that with not knowing about football. Now you got people in meetings that don't need to be in meetings.
And think about the money you could have made.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, I finally saw the black tailgate. I never get to go to. I mean, I go to Bears games, but like I ain't really be outside like that.
Anymore,
I had a great time over there, man. Tailgating at the Bears, it was cool, man. You meet some people you never met before, see some familiar faces.
See, it's different. Like when my grandfather had season tickets and we tailgated when we was little, they had I think you call it a Winnebago now, but whatever the hell it's called, and it was all kind of barbecue and
pretty much called a motorhome now, but
pitching horseshoes and stuff, and like it was a great time for like family, friends, and everything. Now they say you got to go park way, now it's like the experience is not good anymore.
Yeah, and it doesn't open until 9 o'clock. You have to leave right when the
right before game time, right?
Yeah, right before game starts. If you're not going in the game, you have to leave.
Like
before, I used to get there at 5 o'clock in the morning every single day. I would stay. I'd have 40 people. 40 people come with me. Only 2 people would have tickets.
Yeah, that's about
We'd be
right.
there at 5 a.m. We have a giant white van that had a big screen that was attached to a generator. And we would watch the game right outside the stadium. There were thousands of people who would do that.
So let me ask you this, Fred. I've seen you at a lot of games at Soldier Field. Are you mentally prepared to make that long ass trek to Arlington Heights in the cold to watch a football game?
You guys could always stay at my house the night before.
Oh no, I'm staying at your house.
I'm not eating KFC. I'm not.
No, I got a Harold's in neighborhood. I'm gonna try this weekend actually.
Original recipe KFC.
I'm not.
But look, I'll put it to you like this. Don't look at it like that. Look at it like for the first time, I don't want to say in your life, because I don't mean like that, but for one of the first times in your life, actually, because you're a Bears fan, you can go somewhere, experience some shit, and chill and just vibe out and not have to, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be
not being
a
told what to
different
do.
vibe than what you thinking. You know what I mean? Where like you don't, if you stay, you stay.
So you're saying that people can actually make a night or a weekend of it instead of just going.
The hotel,
got hotels and everything up there, building up there. At
the hotel is going to be off the chain.
Yeah,
and it's not like it's in the middle of nowhere. It's still centrally located.
Oh, absolutely.
So off the expressway. It's not like you gotta go through mountains and all that type of. It's not. My grandmother's kind of from Costner and Cullerton, so it's a little further back than where she was at. But we used to be over there all the time, and with her by the racetrack and all that stuff. It's not like it's hard or congested to get around over there. You can move around pretty freely.
So I read that there was going to be the infrastructure is going to be like none other as far as getting in and out. But also, I think they said Metro was going to have like direct service.
Yeah,
out there.
They're
going to drop you off
there.
They're going to put a lot of stops out.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. In a particular order, too. I feel like when people say in no particular order, they finessing the question. You feel me? In a particular order, I'm interested to hear different opinions. All the 4 major sports teams in Chicago rate the jerseys best to worst.
Ooh.
Blackhawks, Bears, Bulls, Sox, Cubs.
Blackhawks, Bears, Cubs, Bulls.
Bulls, Sox, Cubs.
Wait, that was best to worst?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you got
the Blackhawks have the best sweater.
Hands down, baby.
Hands down.
And the Blackhawks is the only team that everybody loves. Nobody really hate the Black. I mean, if Chicagoans, everybody else is kind of separate.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't really root for. Some people go for the Bears game, but they don't really. Half the people kind of Bulls fans, even though they're moving completely lateral. And
Yeah,
then,
the Bums lost today.
Oh my gosh! And did we just trade Patrick Kane for the whole team?
That is a part of my Hawk talk. We will get to that because I am not happy. Unless you want to be part of my Hawk talk, Fred.
Man, hey, listen, I had a great time with those guys when they won the Stanley Cup, though. We had I got to meet Patrick Kane and those guys, but first, I love going to the Blackhawks games. I got to sit on the glass one year, so it's a great experience.
Yeah,
I feel like
we had that experience.
If I may, Fred, do you want to stay on with us? Because Frank, you about do.
Am I
stay on with you.
We want to do a Hawk talk?
I'll do a Hawk talk.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Don't hit me with like that first Bears question, like who's the backup quarterback.
No, this is me ranting. This isn't going to be anything more than me.
My last question for you is Michael Jordan or LeBron James. You better answer right.
Oh, come on, man. That's just that we can't even play that. I don't even play that game. I don't even play those.
Thank you.
Now, with all due respect to the greatness of King James, I had just posted on Instagram. Somebody just when you just visually look at the awards and stuff, it just looks different. Like when you actually see a picture of him, LeBron, and Michael Jordan, and they just show their accomplishments, I just don't think nobody will be able to accomplish what he accomplished in that window. Like it just ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? I love LeBron. Everything he stands for with the I promise and everything in the school, that's dope. But when we talking about steppers, come on, man. Like, I don't even play that Michael Jordan. I don't even man. That ain't.
Thank you for that.
ain't nobody messing with Jeffrey, man. Yeah, ain't nobody messing with him.
So before we get into the Hawk talk, I wanted to ask you. You played with Adrian Peterson, so you saw the monster that he is. However, we are in Chicago, and we had a long time ago, we had a guy on here who swears by Adrian Peterson over Walter Payton.
Oh, we did.
I want to ask
I
you
heard about that.
your opinion.
I didn't get to see that.
Adrian Peterson or Walter Payton?
I've known Adrian for a very long time. Like we was in college before when he was at OU. My school at Texas State, we Ashley Magruder, her brother played D tackle for OU. So we went to Palatine. They from a town called Palatine, Texas. Now they used to have no phone service. It's a small town. Mm-hmm. So I kind of seen him or just knew of him like that. But when that's a hell of a question. But I gotta go with my guy, man, AP, man. I got to, brother. I'm a Bears fan. Listen, I'm just telling you, after seeing it up close and personal.
Hawk talk, Frank. Hawk talk.
I'm not saying it's better, but I'm a roll with my guy. I gotta roll with my broski.
Hawk talk.
He said, "I'm not saying he's better, but I'm a roll with my broski."
Yeah, that is pretty much
crazy. Yeah, my broski.
Adrian Peterson is damn good.
I mean, the fact that he's even in that conversation lets you know.
Great.
Oh, that speaks volumes.
And the fact that he tore his ACL, and came back and was handing out work. Now he wasn't.
Did he do something crazy? Like he came back in like 7 months or something.
He was runner up to MVP.
He wouldn't
runner up to MVP.
It was like he wouldn't. You gotta that niche stuff. You gotta. It's all in your mind, bro. You can't like he wouldn't even talk about it. It's like he was just working out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't be like, yeah, how's your knee feeling, big fella? He wouldn't even. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. It was just like he just was working out. It wasn't like it was a thing. You know what I mean? So he came back and he was looking for who was that? The guy that did it too. I forget. I remember that game too. Damn, I forget who we were playing, but he was looking for Buddy that hit him in his leg too.
Oh, he was looking to go get some get back.
Oh man, he was looking for him.
I'm about to kill his ass.
Well,
Hey, fellas, I'm
I
about to be
understand
out,
my
man.
Adrian Peterson
Yeah,
answer
you're
may
good,
not be
fam.
popular.
I found my feel
All right,
better,
fam.
man. Feel better.
I appreciate it.
You good, big dog?
Yeah, man, I got this headache. I got this little head cold, man. This
I
shit
got you.
killing me over here.
There you go. All right, big dog.
Get
All right.
some rest, man.
All right.
Oh, big
It's on me.
Frank. We about
All
to
right.
do this talk.
Woo.
I
know it's gonna
I
be.
put up a few pictures that I just wanted to show before I go out on my fucking rant here.
Are they rebuilding?
Yes, and
Because
this is the thing.
What I heard from my cousin is that watch us in about 3 years.
I've said that too. Like, and this is the thing. I'm not against them trading him right now. Not for anything he's done.
So
It's what
he
this
is officially gone, right?
front office did. This
Patrick
front
Kane is
office
officially-
screwed this team.
You hear me? He's officially gone, right?
Yeah, he's gone. He was traded at
Okay.
5:00 today.
To who, Frank?
He was traded to the New York Rangers, the only team he wanted to go to, because he has a no trade clause. He only said he would want to waive his no trade clause to 3 teams. The main team he wanted to go to was the New York Rangers, because one of his best friends that used to be here in Chicago with him for 3 years is one of the superstars on that team right now, and he wanted to go back and play for him. That was Artemi Panarin.
Oh,
who?
Artemi Panarin is his name.
Okay, yeah.
He was known as the
Where's
bread
the
man.
Vining kid that was supposed to be like the next one?
They gave up on him way too quickly. He's doing pretty well. I think he's in Carolina right now with the Hurricanes, but he's doing pretty well. But nobody was against. I mean, I was hoping they would have kept him, for because he's Patrick Kane. All right, this guy
He's about to be the all-time American scorer.
He is probably guaranteed right now the greatest American-born player to ever play the game. If he retired right now, he would probably have that. And he's only 32 years old. He's still got at least another 7.
Brett Hull or Bobby Hull? It's Brett Hull, right?
Bobby. No, they're Canadian.
They're
Jeremy
Canadian,
Roenick,
right?
the 2 ones before him, Mike Modano was probably the best offensive American to ever play the game, and Chris Chelios was actually probably the best American to ever play the game. But even he actually said that, Patrick Kane takes that over him now. So this kid was drafted number 1 pick overall in 2009. Little kid, he's still little. A lot of people just like, wow, these little kids, man, they can't really come into the league because they just can't take the physical abuse that hockey brings. He proved them wrong. Because I got his stats right here. This is his stats. All right. He's got 1,161 games played. He's got 446 goals, 779 assists, 1,225 points. He was the 3rd youngest to ever hit 1,000 points. He had 1,000 points at only 30 years old. And this is what you fucking trade for him. Then I wish I can zoom in on this shit. I should have blew it up a little bit.
Don't worry about it. I can see it.
That says a 2nd and a 4th?
The fact that your dumbass general manager cannot get a 1st-round pick out of the greatest fucking born player to ever play the game. Oof. And then on the side of that, you get 2 players who have only played combined 44 games in the NHL because they can never make an NHL roster. They've been bums in the AHL for the last 5 years.
Damn.
You got nothing in return. This
bad
guy,
blood?
This guy Vladimir, he's from Finland, so you're not going to pronounce his name any close. But he has potential. He's only 23 years old, so hopefully maybe something could come out of him. The other guy's a 29-year-old bum who hasn't gotten a goddamn thing in his life.
Damn, man.
Was it bad blood, though?
It wasn't bad blood. Honestly, I think they did Patrick Kane a favor more than anything because they knew how badly he wanted to go there. But
you did him a favor, but you didn't do us a favor.
You did not do us a favor. And the one thing that bugs me more than anything is 3 days ago, the New York Rangers offered you a package that gave you 2 of their top 5 prospects, and you said no because you wanted a draft pick with those prospects. So you pretty much tried calling their bluff, and they flipped it right over on you and traded both of those two players elsewhere, and now you got left with this shit. So all that talk, JB, about us, Ryan Poles, this is your shot, we don't know what you're going to do. This fucker just fucked us.
So Rocky Works needs to fire his GM.
This is a rookie GM. This is his first year too. All right. And we'll even take a little time machine back here because Patrick Kane was the last. Actually, no, Jonathan Taze is still there. So he's actually not the last.
Oh, he got to get out of there.
Yeah, Jonathan Taze is still there. And he's actually pretty much ruled out for the rest of the year. That's why they couldn't trade him. But Dale Talon was our general manager when Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taze were drafted. All right. He was fired in 2010 after they won the Stanley Cup. And everybody wonders why. Everyone wonders why. How the hell can you? Oh, I take that back. I'm sorry. He was fired in 2009, the year before the Stanley Cup. But they went to the Western Conference Final as one of the youngest teams. So that after that happened, everyone's just like, oh my God, like this team could actually do it. But I guess he screwed up with all of his signings that he made because he missed the deadline of the signing to actually send it out. And it cost the Blackhawks an additional, I think it was $17.5 million in salary cap. And that is big in the NHL because they don't have big salary cap like these other people do.
Right.
So that's why after they won the Stanley Cup in 2010, you notice they had to completely gut their team. They just left the core. Yeah, they left the core players. But Dale Talon still had so much talent in the AHL, it did not take them that long to rebuild into a Stanley Cup contender again because they still kept their core together. Stan Bowman was the general manager after Dale Talon, and he inherited a gold mine. He's going to come out and say, look at my resume. I won 3 Stanley Cups in 6 years. You didn't do shit in those 3 Stanley Cups in 6 years because that team was still built by the general manager that you had.
Mm-hmm. So he just turned that back there, huh?
Yeah. And then when
those Mark Jackson guys.
Yeah. And Stan Bowman was all about, and I agree with this because, I mean, Cubs do it. All sporting teams do it. You want to try to trade some people to win now. You won 3 Stanley Cups in 6 years, but he had so much failed draft capital.
Yeah.
And this is the craziest thing because I actually searched this. He had 47 draft picks in his tenure as a general manager. Only 2 of them played more than 3 years in the NHL.
Oh, so he can't scout.
He was a bust. He killed this dynasty only in 3 to 6 years. This team should have gone at least 6 and 12 years. Like they should have destroyed it for a lot longer. And it's just sad to see Patrick Kane go. I'm happy for him because he is going to a team he wanted to go to. And I actually respect the Blackhawks organization for still sending him to a team that he really wanted to go to.
Yeah.
And I'd say give it 3 years. Patrick Kane's going to be back in a Blackhawks uniform. He's going to finish his career here, and he's going to try to get them while they're rebounding back from this rebuild. But I look at that fucking trade, and it literally makes me want to punch a hole through my wall.
Damn!
Because it was awful of a trade. Awful.
Wow.
But I did do a little bit of research on that trade. Mm-hmm. If the New York Rangers win 2 playoff series this year, that second-round pick becomes a first-round pick. And that New York Rangers team is stacked now. So hopefully that happens. But still, I'm more pissed off that you didn't get any prospects from the Rangers who have so many prospects in their system.
Is Patrick Kane, where's he at in the relativity to his prime?
He's at the tail end of his prime. There's no question about that. But his numbers have not changed.
But Frank, I thought hockey was a little different because you still see the Lemieux and the Messiers and all that was playing great at 37, 38, 39. He was still
and the key thing with somebody like Patrick Kane is he is small, petite, but he doesn't get hit. He dodges hit. He moves so much where people don't touch him. Like, he will play probably at least until he's 37, 38 years old.
So about
at the least
4 more years.
He's still got another 4, 5, 6 years at the most. Like, Jonathan Taze might retire at the end of this year. And that's a sad story because he's dealing with a lot of health issues. He can't stay healthy right now. And for anybody who follows the Blackhawks, Jonathan Taze the last 2 years played a total of 19 games in the NHL because he had a very severe sickness that affected.
What's the regular season? How many games in the regular season?
82 games.
Same as basketball.
82 games. Same as basketball. Yeah. And he had a real sad health condition that destroyed his immune system where it was similar to like vertigo. Like he was like seeing like dizziness constantly all the time. It was like a nonstop concussion, it felt like for him.
Oh, wow.
And he, with his weakened immune system, he just caught COVID. And when you have a weak immune system and you caught COVID, he's getting hit with it a lot harder than anybody else is. So he hasn't played in the last few weeks, and that destroyed his – because he was going to get traded too, but we couldn't trade him now after that. So we'll see with his health issues. But, yeah, I mean, what you said, Fred, it's a full rebuild now. Yeah. Like, the only thing that you can say is you want the Blackhawks to lose this year because the next generational great hockey player – is going number 1 in this draft.
Oh, this is a year?
This is the year. His name is Connor Bedard. He's a Canadian. Like, he pretty much I'm pretty sure right now on his junior team that he plays on, he's having 9 straight games of 7 points or more. It's just like that. It's not possible. How do you do shit like that? But the guy is a generational talent. So, and if you bring him in with that number 1 overall pick, you might see Patrick Kane be like, I'm going to go back. I'm re-signing with the Blackhawks after re-signing with them after this year. And you might get some more people who want to come play with him because that guy's great. And they do have a great player in their AHL system right now who's tearing it up as well. So
how's Sidney Crosby been doing?
Sidney Crosby's a bitch. I've always hated that guy.
No love for Sid the Kid?
Always.
Hey, man. He's sitting
talent, no question. Great talent, hands down, but I always liked Ovechkin over Crosby, and that's probably why.
I rock with Ovechkin, too, though.
Ovechkin.
His son nice, too, right?
What was it?
I saw something about this.
Yeah.
So I think you addressed this already, but I wanted to put it back up, and I wanted to hear again what you had to say about it.
I know where you're going.
Patrick Kane is
down the pike
player. Oh. Okay, we're gonna go there, Bullets. Huh? A big LeBron James.
Wait a minute. He also sent me this and said this was you before you start talking about Kane.
Wouldn't I be more mellow?
He said you passed it to Fred. And that's why Fred said what he said about Justin Fields. So both of y'all were smoking before this podcast.
Man.
All right. So I'm going to answer Bullet's question really quick. 34 years old. I understand where you're going with that, Bullets. I really do. He has been top 10 in scoring for the past 7 years straight. I don't see any slowing down for him. He'll slow down this year because he had no team around him. But he was still leading the team in points again this year. Patrick Kane, the way he plays the game, he's not going to slow down anytime soon.
So you saying he getting his old man? His game has evolved to like some old man, like you know what I mean? He LeBron in it right now, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is kind of a good example. I think Patrick Kane's more clutch than LeBron James, though. Bam! I'll give that, Bullets. Suck it.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, Easy had a
love you, by the way, Bullets. Love you.
Easy.
Hey, Terrence, what G Money say? I now pronounce us man and wife.
I just watched that too on FX. It's not the same though.
I have to actually watch it. I can't watch it like uncut.
Yeah,
it's not the same to watch it when they bleep out
commercials
or they edit it to sound to be something else. It ain't the same. sit your $5 butt down before I make it. It ain't the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and easy to answer your question right there. Not right away. All right. Second round picks, third round picks, fourth round picks need the AHL to actually help bring them up, develop their game and everything like that. First round draft picks, not even first round draft picks. I'd probably say top 10 draft picks are pretty much players who can play right away in the NHL.
Hey, Frank, I had a person tell me that the Ice Hogs or the Wolves could beat the Blackhawks right now.
No,
That's
they
how
can't.
bad they are.
No, they can't. No,
that's
like who's the worst team in the? I always love having these conversations with people.
Don't do that.
Like,
don't do it.
And then it's like we'll say the NFL right now. Can Alabama beat the worst NFL team?
Hell no. We're talking about a bunch of grown men.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Hey, our DB coach, Coach Wood, used to tell. Shout out to Mistrell. I got to get Mistrell on the show too. Raymond played safety with me in Minnesota for a while, but he's in Chicago actually. You know, Mistrell and them, they look at the safeties and corners. They look on the roster, and they be like, "Oh, okay, you 195, 185, 205." And he's the DB coach. Coach Wood used to say, "Hey man, that's a grown man 205 now. Don't go. You better go in there tackling. Don't go in there trying to throw your shit around. You go." All right, then you see somebody coming out with a sprained AC joint because they just in there trying to blow up everything. You better go in there and make them tackles. That 185 a little different than what you think is. Like you gonna just, you gotta take this shit serious.
Easy, that's a good answer. Actually, I didn't realize the Bears were the worst team in the NFL. We have the number 1 pick. It didn't.
It just doesn't feel. But see what I'm saying? It don't even feel right to say they'll do it.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It just sounds weird.
Awful to say it, but I'm so happy that we have it. Like when Lovie Smith got that 2-point conversion, that was like a Super Bowl win for us. I felt like I celebrated like crazy.
Fred, since we still got you on, we're gonna segue back to football. I'm still chomping at the bit, man. The hope that I know it's not gonna turn around this year, maybe 2 years from now. I just hope Poles hits a couple of home runs, man. I just really do.
You gotta have a little bit of luck too, man, because you can't.
I agree with that.
To keep everything together and in-house, you're gonna have to have a little bit of luck, and you're gonna have to have whoever the best player is. You just pay him under the table. He's got to be understanding of what he's really trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's hard to keep teams together, especially when. It's the difference between having a standout year and being a standout player. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like
Carson Wentz had a standout year. But he wasn't a
standout player. It's the difference. Because now motherfuckers checking for you.
Right.
Now see it's the difference when you can go out there and freestyle and do what you want. Everybody it's not, I won't say it's not a lot of film on you, but you know what I mean? You gotta see certain people you gotta see first. Before you can kind of like a lot of people, like to me, I don't want to say he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks that I played against, but size-wise he is Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't no little dude, man. That's a
full meal, man.
Yeah, that's a big cat. That's a big
meal, man. So you can't. So when you see people, it's like you can't really get a grasp on certain players till you actually out there with them and you see them, and then the next time it's a little different. But that first time you just looking like, damn, like Lamar, you know what I mean? Those dudes they not no little dudes, man. But you know, I want the best for the Bears. I hope the best for them. I hope Justin Fields remains healthy. You know,
that's first and foremost. Yes,
you got to protect him, though. You got to protect him.
You got to protect him. But I just think this is nothing the Bears do this year is going to be sexy. It's not going to be the fanfare moves. They got to make some. They got to make some grown man moves. Like they need some linemen. Like I know it's not aesthetically gratifying, but you gotta have some dogs in the front, man. You just can't win like that.
Well, that's the thing. We believe in building inside out.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in free agency, the pool is a little shallow.
You have a big name. It looks like he's going to get franchise tagged, unfortunately. And
right.
that was
and then even the big name on the
one.
offensive line side, like it's still like, do you want to pay Mike McGlinchey, 13, 15 million a year to just pull him from San Francisco? Like it's some outliers in there, but then the draft becomes even more important. But then you're acquiring picks that you might not see this year. You might have to wait till next year to see.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go to Supercuts to get your haircut?
Hell no.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend some money.
Thank you. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not going to Supercuts, are you?
I go to Supercuts.
So it would behoove you to pay that tackle that you need. It would be, you know what I mean? Like you gotta. If you
always
really
gotta rip on my Suburban shit. I go to Supercuts all the time.
Draft. I would say draft defensive linemen and find you some quality free agent offensive linemen.
Preferably some healthy veterans.
Specifically a center.
No more Lucas Patrick, please. No more
Marshmallow Mustafa.
Schofield.
Oh God.
No more Schofield. Like, and that's why I say, like, for Ryan Poles to be a lineman and you gave us that, that's why I'm like, come on, dude. Like, you probably could have played a little better.
But is he like that though?
I don't know. He gets a lot of credit that he technically don't deserve because of KC's success. And he was not even the head scout. He was on the scouting team.
He just residual. Of course, if we win, we all win. That's exactly football. That's one thing football different than all the other sports. If you win, everybody win. Everybody getting jobs. The training staff going to the Eagles, everybody get new jobs.
Now wait a minute. That's a bull because both of them lost the Super Bowl and got a job before Eric Bieniemy. That's some bull, but that's for another show.
But then also, let me be while I'm still here. A lot of people, big fella, and I'm not speaking on behalf of EB, but a lot of people sometimes just like to be left the fuck alone. Like they don't really need. They're not built to, I don't want to say to be a head coach. I don't mean like that. To necessarily may not want to deal with all that comes with it. Because what he will not do, I tell you this about him. That's why I love our coaching staff in Minnesota, man. They really just showed us how to move around, like move. But like they like to be left alone. Coach Dunbar, like they don't really, you know what I mean? Like they're not really bothering people, like, you know what I mean? They can go, and what he's not gonna do is let what he's really good at be diluted because he has more responsibilities. That's what he ain't gonna do. You're gonna get the full coaching for his position group before he try and take on more responsibilities, and that becomes diluted or handled by someone else. He's not going to do that.
But he wanted to be a head coach. The problem I have is he's proven to have done more than others that have been given positions.
Well, I mean, shit, hey, listen. When they say that's my guy, they mean that shit. You know what I mean? So
Patrick Mahomes speaks over glaring of
but I'm not even talking about Pat or EB. I'm saying in football, when someone says that's my guy, all their talent or lack thereof is out the window. They don't care. That's his people's. They're going to bring their people with them wherever they go. Whether it be successful or not, they're going to bring the people they rock with everywhere they go. And I'm not picking on the quarterback, Trubisky. But the GM came out and said he reminded me of me.
I didn't even know.
Who the fuck are you?
How do you even like? How do you now? I'm even more upset about it. Just like,
I didn't know that.
Hey, I just got through saying, what was that a couple weeks ago when we was at the thing? I'm tired of the smartest guy in the room. Sometimes just make the right damn pick.
Man, come on, man.
Best available.
I know
That's the obvious pick.
I know wasn't that he had his stuff going on in Houston, but you can't tell me that man was the best football player, Deshaun Watson.
Oh, absolutely, he was.
Come on, man, like
absolutely.
Certain things just be a slap in the face, and like I said, you gotta understand the football. They're gonna do what they want to do, and two, they're gonna bring their people with them, whether they right or wrong. So if you're trying to put some like wrap your mind around it, it's never there's gonna be no real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's my problem. Staying on me because I'm trying to make it make sense.
It's not gonna make sense. Everybody bring their people with them, but a lot of times ours is based off of, like you said, hardcore prior success. Like defined prior success. It's not like, oh, he just had age. Like he had no. He did this when I was there because of not me, but because of us together.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas sometimes it's just like, no, it's just my guy. Jim Irsay, great guy. Shout out to Edrin. I saw him when he came in town. He brought the gold Hall of Fame dunk up. He brought it up to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeff Saturday is just his guy. It just is what it ain't no, you know what I mean? No need to try and make it more than what it is. Some people they gonna bring their people with them regardless of where they go.
It's true.
So the combine starts on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Fred, let me ask you: is the combine really like the big measuring point of where you're gonna get drafted, or is it kind of just a show?
I didn't get to go to the combine. I wasn't invited. But what'd you just say, JB? The smartest guy in the room.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they feel like that's their time to show out. Oh yes. Of course, the combine to me is just to see if your knees is working, you've been conditioning, you ready to go. It's a test, you know what I mean? Whereas what's the name had literally 22 sacks his senior year. Terrell Suggs, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And they was on his ass talking about his 40 time. I'm like, what? As long as he want to know 5'5", do you see what he's doing out there? You might want to judge that instead of judging this stuff over here.
Hey, what Warren Sapp tell us? Ain't no weight bench on the 50-yard line.
No, so the Rock, y'all can have it. Y'all can have all that. That's dead weight, baby. You got
Tom Brady had one of the worst combine showings of all time, and look what he did, dude.
So pretty much then it's just a big ass show.
Yeah, but you gotta look good though. You should want to
visual look too. You're gonna come in looking like Eddie Lacy did after the.
Well, you want to look good at the show. So
it's a show, and then like I said, for the most part, they're gonna keep running you around just to make sure everything's clicking. You ain't hiding nothing back there, you big fella. What's going? What's that back? How's that back going?
That hitching that
knee, that foot. What's on? You trying to hide that? People be trying shit. There's a lot of people that barely pass their physicals.
Oh,
shit. You know?
Did not know that.
Damn. People, if you have failed physical, it wasn't even close. Like they failed.
For real?
Yeah. Why you think trades don't go through? People be trying to. Yeah, they trying to.
Well, trades I knew, but combine wise, because us being Bears fans, we have drafted some people that we knew were hurt. Kevin White, Gabe Karimi, Chris Witt. We knew, and they still went first round, second. Like they still went very high.
Yeah, but if you trying to get drafted, or you're supposed to get drafted, and that high.
Well, I like that better. Supposed to be, because that's beyond what you actually are showing us today.
You're supposed to get drafted that high, and you got a bum ass ankle. What you gonna do? What you think you gonna do? I'm good, coach.
I'm good, but I'm not going to the combine.
I really need about 2 more months, but yeah, they just want to see you move around, man, and just see. it's all the same thing. Shit, we practice the same. I don't want to say the same plays because it was extremely hard, but you know they just want to see you move around at full speed, and this is the only time they can really get their eyes on you. You know what I mean? See you make some cuts. You know what I mean? Change the direction, jumps. You know what I mean? Just without going to put pads on, just do padded looking stuff.
Mm. All right. Well, Mr. Fred, we certainly appreciate you taking the time to holler at us, man. And
I had a great time, man.
Yeah, we learned a lot of stuff from you.
We'll hit up a Hawks game, Fred.
Yeah, we got to go.
It's going to be cheap as shit now.
We just gonna walk in. They go like, no, just come on. Don't even worry about it.
I think they serving Moore's beer at the Hawks game.
Oh yeah.
Wait, really?
No,
yeah, I think so.
They're taking over.
I think so. Moore's is in
Good for Moore's. Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's also, or they're trying to get it at Soldier Field, but it's at United Center. Yeah. So we can go to the Hawks game.
Shout out to them brothers, man.
They send some to the suburbs too. Damn.
Nah, they don't have shit.
It's some bullshit. I don't got them in a Benny's out here. I don't got them in any liquor stores out here. I ain't got them in shit out here.
Definitely not get them in the Benny's.
They are in the few Benny's.
I thought that I'm about to say. I know I saw a couple of some Benny's because I bought one.
They're on 47 on Benny's on 47.
Yeah, they're definitely over there because I got some over there. But yeah, man, definitely shout out to them dudes. I wanted to have at least one of them on today, but they're always so busy in meetings and shit. So, but
I want to give a shout out to you guys, man. I've had a blast, man. This is a beautiful platform you guys have, and I had a great time talking to you guys, man.
Man,
you know what I mean? So we got to do this again.
Definitely want to have you back as a host.
Okay.
As a host, as opposed to a guest, man. But like I said, man, I just call you like bet. I'm there. So
yeah, you know what it is. You know what
certainly appreciate you, bro. And we'll talk.
All right, appreciate you guys, man. I'll see you.
Take care.
For sure.
I'll see you guys sooner or later.
All right. Yep. What a great dude, man.
Awesome, man.
And he dropped a lot of nuggets. Stuff.
Yeah, especially with the Walter Payton and Adrian Peterson nugget that he dropped.
That wasn't a nugget.
And then he dropped
nugget, man.
Well, it was a shit nugget. That was like the golden egg, but the one that went down the bad one. And then Trey Justin, he said too. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, but we've heard that. Like
a lot of people are saying it.
Too.
I don't agree with it.
DJ,
the only thing I understand about it
Alex,
is starting over.
Fred. So we've got 3
back-to-back guests.
I don't want to say
3 out of the last 5 guests, I think, actually. 3 out of the last 6 guests.
Right, because Big Cat was a fan of Justin.
I don't think Alex said do it. He says he wants Justin.
He said he would.
But he would say, I wouldn't be against it if they did it, is what he said. He said he would rather Justin stay, but the only point that anybody makes in any of this is, and Alex made a good point about it, are you going to pay him that big money in 2 years? Because is this team ready to compete in 2 years?
It's 3 years.
Well, yeah, because you're going to pick up his option, obviously. Yeah, so 3 years. And your guess is hopefully they'll be able to compete in 2, possibly 3 years.
Well, again, that's why we say if the GM is not putting the proper pieces around Justin, and then the coaching staff is not coaching for success, how can we really measure Justin?
I agree with that.
And that's why I said I don't believe this coaching regime is going to make it to Arlington. I feel it. I just don't feel it. I don't.
Well, should we get into our shout outs?
We can.
Yeah, might as well, huh? So
I'm off work early tonight.
Yeah, we are done early.
Yeah, this is early-ish.
Yeah, early-ish. Why don't you go ahead and kick it off, Frank?
All right. Shout out to all the guys in the chat. Bullet's always talking his shit. Love him to death, but he's always talking his shit. Had a few new people I saw pop on. Tom Tarakowski's actually a friend of mine. He heard about my Blackhawks rant, and he made sure he wanted to tune in for it because he's not happy about it as well.
Welcome.
And hopefully he'll continue to keep watching. Other than that, shout out to all our normals who are always in. Always got to give a shout out to the podcast mom. I think this is the first episode we didn't see Mrs. Edinger on it.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'm going to have to give them a what's up with that.
They won that.
Well, they might have been busy. You know, they got
true.
Vacation.
They forgot lives, and that might be on vacation. But other than that, hey, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Fowl. Unfortunately, had to leave a little bit sick, but still, stay for most of it. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to our guests. Stayed on pretty much the whole show. How about that? Got to hear my rants and everything too.
Yeah.
Give another shout out. Patrick Kane, I'm giving you a shout out, my man, because I'm happy for you. You are going to a Stanley Cup contender again to possibly compete for a couple more Stanley Cups. Fuck you, Davidson, the general manager for the Blackhawks.
Damn, fuck.
I'm not happy with you. Should have got better. Happy you gave him to a team he wanted to. You made the fan base somewhat happy that he's happy, but you should have got a lot more in return for that. I don't care what Bullet says about that. Don't care his age. He is still great. That's everything I got. Get it. Next.
Okay. Well,
so me. I want to echo what Frank said about the chat. Add a couple more names. Melissa May, welcome. This is, I think, your second week coming in. We appreciate you and love that you are a new actual supporter of the show. Henry. I don't know who Henry is, but Henry showed up and showed out. Thank you, Henry. We appreciate the love. Great question.
Henry was on here last week, I thought.
Was he? If not, well,
I thought he was on
love. He had a couple of great questions, and we appreciate
He did.
that. You know, everybody else, same thing. Scott Hopkins, Easy, Dark Spectre, welcome back. My man, my brother from another Bullets, obviously. Aunt Stewart, hey, my mom's, you know what I'm saying? Always a pleasure. Shout out to you guys. Hey, man, shout out to Fred. Like, how down to earth and, like, just homegrown was that podcast. It felt like he slid right in like he's been doing this with us for a long time, right? And I love when it comes like that. When it's organic and it just really, really flows. This is what it's about. Getting to that player aspect to where it's like they're not always on. Yeah. They can say how they really feel, which I love the fact that Fred did. So shout out to Fred. Thank you, Fred. Can't wait to speak to you again. I'm going to do a couple negative shout-outs. No, positive shout-out. Shout out to Pat Beverly. Anybody out there? Hey, we need Pat on the show.
Yeah, that'd be nice for sure.
Pat brought that toughness that we've been saying when Billy Donovan was not giving us. And what are we, 3-1 since, or 2-1 since he came? So hopefully he can, give us a little bit. Also, negative shout out to No Chill Gilbert Arenas.
What did he do?
He's steady woofing, man. He chomping at the bit steady talking.
Are they on or not? What's the deal?
Oh, we get that. But we'll talk about that when I have a little full court press because
I can't wait.
The GOAT might be out several weeks because his foot hurts.
Yeah, he chipped a toenail.
Yeah.
He chipped a toenail, Bullets. You got it? I hate the fact.
You know I'm Laker love all day. Now that he's out, I hope we win some games.
I agree with that. I'll probably root for the Lakers now that he's out. Because I'm sorry, somebody who can get hurt, finish the game, do very well finishing the game, and then say his foot hurts. I fucking clown.
And that's all I got.
LeBron is a walking boot.
Easy.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
Hi,
What's up, dog?
What's good? Great show, guys. Loved hearing from Fred. Sorry, I'm a little nasally. I get a little sick right now. Can't say my M's too well.
Yeah, you sound awful.
Yeah, you sound terrible.
I have to wipe my computer.
Right, 3 is him, 2 is Ian.
Yeah, I sound a little bit. Somehow I sound more like Kermit than Patrick Mahomes does. But I want to say shout out Fred, even though he's not a Justin Fields guy. He had a lot of good points, a lot of good insight, about a lot of other things. It just so happens that the 2 things he didn't have, the 2 things that I don't agree with him about, are 2 things I'm very passionate about. One of them being Adrian Peterson is not better than Walter Payton. Walter Payton is the GOAT. The other one being Justin Fields. You shouldn't give up on him after 2 years. That's crazy. But still, shout out to him. I thought he was great. Shout out to all y'all. T-Nick for letting me on. And shout out to all the people who tuned in. A lot of fun. And shout out to my mom. She's coming into town tomorrow. Hey. Excited to see her. Shout out Barbara. And that's it for me.
Coming to Cali.
Do you think you're gonna be okay by Thursday?
I should be. I'm on antibiotics, so I should be okay by Thursday.
Ooh,
I don't know about tomorrow, but I'll be okay by Thursday.
Hope you don't
we will see you Thursday for sure.
Yeah, if I'm not good to go by Thursday, then we'll move Easy Does It.
Everybody listening, make sure you tune in to hear Easy on Easy Does It on Thursday nights, 8:30. It's right there on his screen.
Yep, great takes on Easy Does It. Love Easy Does It.
Thank you. It's fun time. Last week we had a great episode with Elijah. Oh, I want to shout out them, the Davis family, Michael Davis and Elijah Bill Davis, running back. It's going to be a Louisiana Raging Cajun.
Yep, I saw that.
So I want to shout them out because they're really cool, great guests. I think he's going to be a great player. So definitely gotta give them their props.
Awesome. Okay, well, I guess it's on me. I will try to keep it short.
You won't, but it's okay.
We expect that by now.
I definitely want to shout out Fred. Like I said, that's my man, 50 grand. All I gotta do is call him, and he's there. But yeah, I don't like the fact that he's not a Justin guy, and he didn't really talk bad about Justin.
Did you like that?
He didn't talk bad about Justin, but I'm just not on the trade Justin train. I'm just not on that train. How are you gonna give up on the quarterback that can be your future? How are you gonna give up on him after 2 seasons? Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get Fred, I don't get Alex, and I don't get DJ, but everybody has an opinion. And
I'm pretty sure though DJ was the only one who said Justin really hasn't proven anything.
Yeah, he said he's a running back.
Yeah, everyone else said that. I love Justin. He's doing
also,
well.
DJ said he didn't watch him play this year.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, he
right,
did say
that. Go for it, T.
He did say that, and I had to call him out on that because that was some bullshit. Anyway, but still, shout out to those guys. We love all 3 of them, and we're grateful to have them on the show, and we will have them back on the show. So anyway, shout out to you guys. Frank the Tank, JB, Chris, get better, man. Foulmouth C, he was a little sick. And then Easy's a little sick too. So get better, man. Get better. But shout out to you guys. It would be no show. It would be no network without y'all. So big ups. Shout out to Hugh on Cermak. The place to go if you want to just go hang out, watch TV, have some drinks, eat some hors d'oeuvres. Not a meal. Not necessarily a meal. They can fix you one, but it's really a place to go eat hors d'oeuvres and have some drinks, watch a football game, basketball game, whatever the hell it is. And then there's a lot of beautiful people there, if you know what I'm saying. So check it out. It's on Cermak. It's like right by, it's like a little east of State. So check that out. Shout out to In the Zone. We didn't show the commercials, so maybe we should go ahead and do that.
No better time than the present.
I guess. So let me cue that up.
I had some people asking about that though, T.
I got a couple.
Yeah, I had a couple people hit me like, "Where can I get a shirt?" Absolutely.
Yeah, we got to make a banner of how to get make like a banner too, like we have with our
run across the box.
I want a shirt. Where's my shirt?
Okay.
We got you right now, Easy. It's about to come up.
Thank you.
As soon as I get to it.
Oh,
it'll get there eventually.
I don't know whether I gotta delete some of this shit.
You gotta do some housekeeping.
We tell you that like every day, every Tuesday.
Here it is. Here we go. Get your shirt. They have the damn, nobody's wearing it tonight. Well, they have the little collar shirt, they have the t-shirt, they got the hoodies, and now they have the leggings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and they had a jacket too. Wasn't that a jacket?
Yeah, they have a jacket.
Polyester?
He hasn't designed that yet, but he has designed leggings. I'm not thinking that any of you all will get leggings.
Dude, I bet my ass would look banging in that.
I'm okay with it.
Okay. All right, Frank. All right. But yeah, so they do have leggings for you beautiful women out there. Stop it, Frank. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Update on
my mom, man. She's like awesome.
She is. She's really awesome.
You got to bring her to Harold's. Why didn't she come to Harold's? With
my mom know about Harold's, man. Come on, man.
She should have came with it. I'd love to meet your mom too.
I really wanted to pop on the show one day just to be like, "Hi guys."
Yeah, we should do that. We should do that. We should do that.
Maybe Mother's Day special. Mom.
Okay. Yeah, that would be cool. But a quick update on Pops. Pops is doing better every day. He's gained a little weight. He went from 146 to 152. It's 152 now. He has to have a small surgery on Friday on his liver. But he's doing a lot better. He's doing a lot better. He was watching the Bulls game before I came down. He was up there watching the Bulls game.
They didn't do anything bad.
Did he have some Harold's?
No, but he was drinking Gatorade.
Okay.
That's
he was drinking Gatorade
nice.
And ate some Chinese food yesterday.
That's what's up. Getting his appetite back. That's good.
Yeah.
Love to hear that.
He didn't eat much of it, but he did eat some. So
hey, it's a start.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So Papa's doing better. Thank you all for your prayers, your kind words, but we still got a lot of hills to climb.
Mm-hmm.
So please don't stop. We need all of that. We need all of it as much as we can get, man. But I appreciate that. Also, I want to shout out, I said Hugh in the Zone, Under Armour. Even though we've not really, Moore's Beer too, but Under Armour we have not really been that active with right now. But we are going to get there. I did communicate with our Under Armour rep. Shout out to Big Dan. So we'll get that going again. And Moore's Beer. Shout out to Moore's Beer. Them dudes got a billboard. They got a couple billboards.
Hey, I saw that. I was like, dang, like they big time now.
They are doing the damn thing, taking pictures with Lori Lightfoot, who might not be the mayor anymore.
Did I hear she lost tonight?
Somebody did say that she's out. Somebody said it on the chat. She's out.
Can we get some confirmation on that? Did Lori lose? And if so, who won?
Isn't this just the primary though?
Yeah, I didn't think it was actually up yet.
No,
But
it's just
right. But then the primary is who the next two to move on, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So
what? Don't know if Lori Lightfoot will be moving on, but they were taking pictures with her. So
Bullet says she lost. Yeah.
Yeah, she's out. Yep, she is out. She lost.
Lori is out. Oh, she conceded it. Oh, wow.
Oh shit. Okay, well then
Yes,
bye Lori. Bye, Lori. But we ain't gonna get too political on this podcast, but we'll get political outside of the podcast. Thanks, Bullets. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, shout out to Moore's Beer. They doing big things. They out here. They're gonna take pictures with the next mayor, whoever that may be. Yeah, so shout out to them, man. And we're gonna get Alex some beer because he said he wanted some more of the beer. So we're gonna
ship it.
Him. They said they'll get him a case, and I'm gonna send that down to him. Also, we're gonna try to go down to Atlanta and hang out with Tim Jennings and Alex. So you all need to get your tickets in order because we're trying to go either in March or April.
Ooh, that'll be a party, wouldn't it?
Huh?
I said that'll be a party, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And I already talked to Tim, and he said he ready.
I'll bring the Harold's chicken. Them buckets while we driving.
They got a Harold's in Atlanta. I don't know how good it is, but they do have one. Yeah. So, get your tickets in order, man. Get that shit in order. Shout out to the chat. You know, I'm not gonna mention everybody that has already been mentioned, but shout out to all y'all. Dark Spectre, I do want to shout you out though, because I haven't seen you in a while. But
it's been a while
out here today. I appreciate that, man. And everybody who was watching but did not comment, you're officially a lurker.
L for love.
But we appreciate the lurkers anyway, because you're taking the time to watch our foolishness. So
absolutely,
thank you. Appreciate it. But don't be afraid to jump in the chat. Don't be afraid to smash that like button. It's all good, man. It's all good. But I think that is pretty much it. Did you all want to say any parting words?
Nah, just can't wait till next Tuesday. It never comes fast enough. It doesn't.
Baseball season.
I usually, huh?
Oh, I just say baseball season. You know, we started spring training.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We're gonna start talking. Plunk. Oh yeah, you probably want to plug Plunk. But you're probably gonna want to talk. I mean, I was just gonna say I'm gonna be talking a lot about baseball and Easy Does It for sure. With Cubs and probably some Sox too. Should be a lot of fun.
So make sure you all tune in to Plunked. The season debut episode is April 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk all about Cubs and White Sox. You got Emilio Bucks, who is the resident White Sox fan, and you have Kristen Petit, who is the resident Cubs fan. And they love their teams. And they talk about them for the whole episode. All season, they may have guests. You never know. But tune in and check it out. I mean, they're really fun to watch, really knowledgeable about their teams.
Love Plunk.
And they're here. They're here in Chicago, so they know what they're talking about. But yeah, I usually just end the podcast with, are you a wolf or a sheep? But I'm into a little different today.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
It's like, say what? Justin Fields should be traded one more time.
What?
Yes, exactly. Justin Fields should be traded one more goddamn
say LeBron's the GOAT one more time.
Oh my God.
That one.
Good one too.
Yes, that shit. This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
Kaner.
Shout out to Kaner.
Shout out to Kaner.